What up, what up, what up? I'm back. Good morning, lovely people. The Coach JB Show is back in full swing right here on this Fearless Friday, and I promise you I'm going to be fearless today. We're about to get after it on this Fearless Friday. Join us. Hit the like button, subscribe, become a member. Alec Baldwin charged with involuntary manslaughter when it comes down to it. But I guess Rittenhouse is cool to just walk around and be on Twitter. What a world we live in. Brandon Lane joins us to show you how to win some money for this weekend's NFL picks. Haven't seen Brandon in a while. He's going to come on and give us his great picks. Steve Kim and Matt McChesney will join me. We're going to talk some NFL playoffs and all things real. And Gronk takes some shots at Aaron Rodgers. Can't wait to break that down. We got a lot to discuss, man. I got so much stuff to talk about today. It's going to be live and action-packed. Can't wait to get after it. We even got the big booty.
Salami, 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 salami.
Come on, dog. Give me some real stuff. Don't tell me that is real. Don't tell me that is real. We got a lot to discuss. If any of you like that, dog, you guys got some problems. I'm just going to tell you. This show is brought to you by betonline.ag. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, and get you 50% off welcome bonus. And also, CannadipCBD.com. Head on over to CannadipCBD.com right here. Get you some dip. Cleanest way to dip in the world. CannadipCBD.com. Use the promo code CoachJB. Get you 20% off and a welcome bonus. And if you want a bar built in your home, like the beautiful one that I have, which is going to be the new home of the Coach JB Show in my fine cigar lounge, Quinones Builds. Go head on over to IG, QUINOEZ BUILDS on IG. Quinones Builds. They build you the best bars and cabinetry in the business. So don't miss it. We got a great one lined up for you today, dog. This is going to be action-packed. Can't wait to get after it. It's going to be an all real, uncut, and raw Fearless Friday. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you on the other side. I got to end TikTok because I'll get banned on there. I've been out for a week. So, you know how it goes, man. You know how they don't like me on there. Come on, dog. Let's get you the quote of the day. Get you started off right. Anger is punishment we give ourselves for someone else's fuck-ups. Let that sink in on this Fearless Friday. I had to get a real one. Anger is punishment we give ourselves for someone else's fuck-ups. Stop being angry about someone else's fuck-ups. Just keep it real. Understand how deep that goes. Contrary to belief, brought to you by CannadipCBD.com. Head on over to CannadipCBD.com. We've been out of internet, dog. If you guys don't know, the internet's been down. Shit. We've had low. Internet's been down for 2 fucking days. We're in 2023. We'll get to that. Contrary to belief, a strong soul shines after every storm. A strong soul shines after every storm. People will not always tell you how they feel. They'll not always tell you how they feel about you, but they will always show you. So pay fucking attention. If you can't see through a motherfucker, you're not very bright. When an old man dies, a fucking library burns to the ground, contrary to your belief. All you young men out there, young women out there, youngsters out there, when an old man dies, a fucking library burns to the ground. Just remember that shit. I want you to let that sink in because I'm just telling you, all you know-it-all fucking disrespectful, rude little young kids out there who don't understand shit, who can't even change their own fucking brake pads and change their oil in their fucking car, they're enabled fucks. When an old man dies, a library burns to the fucking ground. You guys better start fucking paying attention and going around and getting some fucking knowledge because your ass is about to fucking go down very soon if you don't fucking go listen to some of these old heads talk. Like myself, for instance, when I break down this real talk shit every morning. We're on Fearless Friday, man, and I'm just telling you, we got Fearless Friday. We got the big booty hoes. Jump with it. We got the big booty hoes. Go with it. I mean, that shit is unbelievable. That shit better not be no real shit. Because that, like, how does that bitch even take a shit? How do you shit? Like, that's not real, right? I gotta be real. I mean, I understand it's not real, but I'm saying, is that a real implant? If that is, I gotta be honest. She can't take a shit. There's no way. And somewhere out there, there's an asshole. There's a booty hole up in there. And I'm telling you right now, men, women, I want to get your take. You can't tell me that you can't smell that ass from a mile away. You know fucking well she ain't wiped in that ass crack in months, maybe even years. I don't know how long she's had that shit, but you know it smells like badussy in there. There's no fucking way you can even get in there to clean the motherfucker. So I don't understand who the fuck would want to really fuck with that. Blows my mind. There is no way she takes a shower, dog. The shower gonna run right off, Eddie. Eddie be like this. Eddie be right like that, right underneath the ass cheek, like this. It'll just run right down the ass crack, right into Eddie's mouth. Just like the cowboy. Just like the Cowboys gonna run right off the motherfucker. Hey, it's been 2 days, man. I ain't seen you guys in a minute. Earthlink internet, you know, that 2023, and we can't get internet over the phone no more. You can't call and say, hey, let me run a check, a diagnostic. Oh, this is what it is. We'll fix it. We'll reset it over the phone. Nah, we got to send a technician out. Fucking 2023. Well, no wonder. I understand, Earthlink, you've been around since 1994. You're also still stuck in 1994. So I blasted him on Twitter. One of the COOs contacted me, and she's on Twitter because she's having to defend herself. So everybody was blasting Earthlink. And so I've had great conversations with them, and apparently they expedited it. Yeah, right. It's unbelievable. 2023, dog. Hey, so listen to this. The guy that came over, he actually knew who I was. His son plays football. I gave him a book and shit. A good dude. Help me out, man. He told me some real shit. I'm not going to tell you who it is or his name. I don't want to put anybody out there. But look, he was like, California is so far behind on internet. And why? We don't know. We're ahead on everything else. But internet, we're behind on all kind of shit. And he said there's too many people, too big of an area. He goes, it's a bunch of fucking drama going on with the internet in California. Makes no sense. California, the leader of all things, and we're fucking behind on internet? Like, my internet's like fucking Kansas with 900 people in it. I live in a town of 1 million motherfuckers. Like 2023, we can't get better internet? Fuck, California. Oh, I like ass. I like ass, Mike Green, but goddamn, homie. I like ass, but that shit right there ain't it. Got a new format. We've been working on some things. Dog, I always tell you to sharpen your tools for your tool shed. If you're not doing nothing, all you coaches during COVID just sit around and play video games instead of going and fucking getting better at your craft, because eventually you're going to go back to coach, right? Well, you did. And I want to know the ones that actually worked on their craft during COVID and the ones that didn't. So 2 days down, I called my guys. I'm like, dog, let's get some shit done. And we're not going to sit around. So we created a better little visual, right? We got a little visual aid now. So now that I can show you pictures, it's a little better optics. So now it's bigger. You can see me bigger. You can see him bigger, right? While we're talking, the offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, resigns. I'm not going to get into that yet, but I just wanted to show you that the pictures and everything look better. Wido, what up? I got to start off with this. Alec Baldwin was charged with involuntary manslaughter yesterday. I guess they were trying to get him with murder. They kind of knocked it down. Involuntary manslaughter. But Kyle Rittenhouse, he murdered some motherfuckers, right? Am I tripping? He murdered a few people. And he's okay on Twitter. He's on Twitter. Motherfuckers follow him. He's got like 1 million followers, this Rittenhouse cat. Alec Baldwin, though, is on a movie set, handed a gun he knows nothing about, and a tragedy occurs. And this motherfucker's charged with fucking involuntary manslaughter. Shit. That shit's crazy to me. That shit is crazy. Here we go with the self-defense cats. Oh, here we go with the self-defense cats with the Kyle Rittenhouse shit. Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself. Wasn't an act of negligence. He shot a sex offender. Alex shot a mom. Rittenhouse was being attacked with a live round and put it to the shotgun. Oh, my God. Here we go, people. Some of the ignorance that listen, I'm not going to talk about the Rittenhouse shit because, you know, it's ignorance for you to think that he's in self-defense. This motherfucker, I'm going to drop the mic on this. He got in a car with his mom, told his mom, hey, Mom, I'm going to get the AR. We're going to put it in the car. I need you to drive me 221 miles so I can self-defend myself. Ziggy. Come on, Ziggy. I do know this much. These balls are jingling from your jaws on this Fearless Friday. We got so many dick riders in here joining us. I appreciate Ziggy. Ziggy for coming in and riding that dick and juggling those balls. Appreciate you. It's amazing all the small white kids in here defending Rittenhouse. Everyone under 25, all backwood fucking redneck fucking little white pussies are defending Rittenhouse. No one's defending Alec Baldwin. Oh my God. How far did he go? 219 miles? Okay, he traveled 200 miles. I'm sorry, 200 miles. It wasn't 220. 200 miles. I'm sorry. That's a big difference. Is that the difference in maker? Shit. Well, no fucking 30 miles. Even 30 miles is too fucking far. Shut the fuck up. Alec Baldwin, I don't think he'll do a day in fucking jail. I'm just telling you that. Lots to discuss. I want to get into a bunch of different shit. Ben Johnson staying with the Lions. I think that is a big thing. OC is telling people that I'm not ready to be a head football coach. That is a good thing in my opinion. I think that is a really good thing. I believe that is a real thing. And I'm glad a young cat understands that this is a real thing. I'm not ready to be a head coach. I'm going to stay put right here. And I have one of the best offensive minds in football. We had one of the best offenses in the NFL. And I'm going to stay put. I commend him. I think that's a good deal. And I think Detroit's going to have a good situation there. These motherfuckers talking about Rittenhouse. Here's Rittenhouse.
Stefano Baldini, il suo ingresso al Panathinaiko.
That's what the motherfucker's telling him. You know that, right? Put on a mask. You're running by yourself. Put on a mask. That's Rittenhouse running from the cop. Lucy, what's he saying, Lucy?
Pochi metri, la vittoria è tutta sua, ultima medaglia ed è d'oro di questi Giochi Olimpici, la maratona, una delle gare simbolo dei Giochi Olimpici italiana, va a Stefano Baldini, bravo, 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 medaglia d'oro.
Left his ass.
Cominciano ad esserci
He's running because he's telling the dude you got to get off the beach because you don't have a mask on. That's what during COVID, I just wanted to show you that, how dumb we are and how much dumb shit you believe. Like, you guys are all believing that Rittenhouse got in his car and came out to be self-defense guy. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Come on, Isaiah. Miss me in the chat, dog. You guys believe every fucking thing. You believe publicists and shit. I got publicists too. You should hear them. Quit believing all the bullshit. We know the real. I want to get into 6 rising head coaches. I want to bring this down real quick. There's 6 coaches that are on the rise. Aaron Glenn is on the rise for a head coaching job. How in the fuck is Aaron Glenn in the mix for a head coaching job? His defense is one of the worst defenses in America. How is he getting an interview with the Cardinals? I will tell you this. The Lions would be lucky if Aaron Glenn got the head job with the Cardinals because their defense may actually be worth the shit. Aaron Glenn's not ready to be a head coach. If you have any bit of success in the NFL, your coordinators get job opportunities. It's fucking unbelievable. Kellen Moore, he's getting interviews at Carolina, different places. He ain't ready to be a head coach. He's not ready. DeMeco Ryans, he needs to stay his ass right where he's at, around that talent. Quit chasing. Don't be the next Saleh. This ain't easy, dog, to go be a head coach. Your ass better stay right where the fuck you are. Mike Kafka, you are not ready. This is your first real legitimate OC job with a legitimate head coach who's letting you call the plays and mentoring you in Brian Dable, and you're getting Daniel Jones on your resume. Stay a couple years. You're not ready to be a head coach. Jonathan Gannon, just shut the fuck up. Look at these people. I want you to see these guys. Aaron Glenn looks like he can walk a sideline. DeMeco Ryans looks like he can. He's still young. Kafka is borderline, one of these guys that look like the Metro fucking guys. Kellen Moore looks like you're going to get fucking mud stomped by your players. And Jonathan Gannon and fucking Steve Steaching. Come on, dog. You guys aren't fucking ready. Stop it. Stop it. You're not ready. I don't want to see it. These guys are the next. This is what's coming down the pipe as the Andy Reids exit, as the Belichick's exit, as the Tomlins exit. This is what we have. Just so we're clear. This is what we have, okay? This is the next group of people in the NFL that's going to be coaching. Right there. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Man, I got so much shit to talk about. It's unbelievable. This 25-year-old fucking shitbird was arrested, all right, after posing as a 17-year-old to go back to high school and play high school basketball. Like on the left-hand side, the picture, he looks like he's old as fuck. This motherfucker, this is what is wrong with, this is how enabled and soft we are. I'm just telling you, I'm going to tie this all, in together here. Okay? So we got a 25-year-old trying to go back and play. Okay? And then we got, boys.
Knock your ass up.
She thinks she's playing too. Look, she thinks she's playing. Look at this. Look at this bitch ass little boy that hit her.
Yeah, surrender.
Like, and everybody's sitting there watching her get hit by a dude. No, but she laughing like it's a joke. This bitch ass motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. See how he was moving. Dog, how I would go in there and mollywop motherfuckers holding the phone and every single human watching that and allowing it. I would absolutely go fucking mollywop every single one of them for watching that go down. Dog, this is America right now. I'm just telling you. This is what we have. And then you wonder why we got Arch Manning. He's lost his second ID. He's lost his second ID on campus since arriving in January. We're still in January, by the way. He's lost his second identification. Like, I'm going to call it out right now, dog. I'm calling it right now on this show. I'm calling it right now. January 20th, 2023. Arch Manning is going to be a bust. He went to this private, shitty, enabled ass high school. He grew up within the Manning household. He's never had to really earn shit. He lost 2 IDs, tells me a lot about a quarterback. I'm just going to tell you right fucking now. It tells me a lot about a quarterback losing something. If a quarterback loses his IDs, he's going to lose his playbook. He's going to lose the protection. He's going to lose the team. He's going to lose the locker room. That motherfucker right here is going to be a bust. I've said it first right here. Just telling you right now. You heard it right here. But that mixed with this, right? Mixed with this.
Millwood Falcons fall. We'll go to break.
Little kids getting shot at in a
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote.
Nathan Jensen, no, I've never lost a debit card in my life. I've never lost my keys in my life. I've never lost my wallet in my life. Now what, motherfucker? Now what, Nathan Jensen? What you got to ask for now? What else you want to ask me? You want to ask me if I've lost something else? Go ahead. Keep asking. See, some of you bitch-ass trolls in here, you already are having an excuse for Manning losing his ID. So now you're going to ask me, have you ever lost your debit card? No, I haven't, dumb fuck. I haven't. Never. I've never lost my ID, my keys, my wallet, my money. I've never lost shit. Now what? Since you know so motherfucking much. Bitch ass fucking little boys in here. You soft pussies are making excuses for these motherfuckers because you're soft pussy. That's why. No, I know you have though, huh? Because you're fucking enabled, little bitch. You depend on your mama to make your fucking bed in the morning too, huh, little pussy? See, you motherfuckers depend on your mamas to make your motherfucking bed. That's how fucked up this generation is. And pussies like you are the reason. Pussies like you are the reason. So, I'm just telling you. We got a lot of pussy trolls in here today, but I'm gonna let you guys stay in here and just keep paying me. Keep making me money. All right, let's get to the generation. All right, hey, listen, ignore the trolls, everybody. That's why we got the Discord. You know they'll never be part of that. Listen, I'm tying all this together with a bunch of shit. This one right here, though, is why, and I can't wait to get half of the chats. Oh, coach, you're the old man on the ground, on the front lawn yelling at the kids. You're the old man. Not really. This is what we get. I'll explain it. But this right here, This is the new mediocrity that you think's excellent. All right, first of all, I gotta be real. I would snatch my motherfucking kid off the court and say, do that shit again. But if you notice, I want you to look at the fans in the crowd. I want you to look at their coaches, and I want you to look at everybody that thinks this shit right here is cool. Just so you know, look at the crowd. Like, these motherfuckers are watching you NBA players and everyone else, just like when an NFL guy or Dana White slaps a female, motherfuckers want to come out and think it's okay. Motherfuckers defending Dana White now. Don't get it twisted. I love when I hear the guy tell me, should have kept your hands to yourself. Because that's the bitch in you talking, homie. You're the bitch talking when you tell me that a woman should have kept her hands to herself. I agree she should have. But if you think that gives you, okay, now it's free game. You put your hands on me. Then you're a bitch, homie. I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't want to hear none of this other argument and bullshit. If you're so scared of a woman hitting you that you got to knock her out and fucking do all this shit, we can kill a woman with a single blow. You fucking cowardly pussies. Just so we're clear. This is what we see every day. We see the Dana Whites of the world. We see these NBA players that talk to the refs and talk shit and do all the antics. This is what you have seen. This is the product, people. Your product is in the pudding. It's right here. Now you see it. You've created it. You've created this. You created this.
Knock your ass out.
You created this.
Identical coverage for only $19 a month. A savings of...
You've created this. So Eddie said you can't have swag. That has nothing to do with swag. You know what swag created? That pussy right there. That pussy right there, Eddie. So let me ask you something, Eddie. You motherfuckers can't play in a professional game without a motherfucker heckling you, which the NBA can't do. So you can have swag, but you can't get heckled by a fan before you want them thrown out of the game? Answer the question, Eddie. So your asses want swag, and you want to talk all that shit, but when a motherfucker who pays your salary heckles you and talks shit in the crowd, you want them removed. Just like James Harden does, LeBron, fucking Westbrook. None of y'all motherfuckers can handle getting shit talked to, but y'all want swag. Get the fuck out of here with that pussy shit, Eddie. You say some dumb shit, homie. You motherfuckers want everything your way and then want to make excuses for the shit when it don't go your motherfucking way. This motherfucking tennis player bitching about a heckler in the crowd. You can't play with a fucking heckler, but we could do all this old shit and not expect the kids to do it, right? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Draymond Green wants to talk all that shit and sucker punch a motherfucker on his team, but he can't handle a heckler. Y'all are defending all this shit. This is what you guys have created. You've created this shit. Just telling you. You've created all this shit, dog. You don't think you created all this shit? Get the fuck out of here. You have created this shit. This is y'all right here. You're so weak-minded and fucking enabled that you have to go back and try to do some shit that you never could accomplish when you were at the right age. You got to go back. You got to go back as a grown man. You got to go back as a grown man and try to get some shit done that you could not accomplish when you were at the appropriate age. That's how fucking weak-minded you motherfuckers are. You motherfuckers couldn't get it done at your age. Now you got to go back. 25. This motherfucker's 25. I got to go back to 17 because I was so shitty. Now I can maybe get 20 points. Come on, man. Give me some real shit. Oh my God. So, what do I know when I talk about the weed, the fentanyl, the Taco Bell? Remember, I don't know nothing. Remember, JB, you're reaching the weed shit. Stan Van Gundy. 90s NBA teams just had a trainer and a strength coach. They practiced more often and harder and played more back-to-backs. Teams now have huge medical and performance staffs and value rest over practice. Yet injuries and games missed are way up. Something's not working. Kevin Durant says, Stan's spitting. Stan thinks Kevin Durant's talking shit, so he's like, no, I'm not criticizing players. I'm saying that we are getting something wrong in how we prepare and train our players. We can't do anything about injuries like yours. He fell on your leg. But all these groin, hamstring injuries, etc., shouldn't be happening as much as they are. Who the fuck said this a while back, last month? I want to know. Who said this a month ago? I just want to ask the question. I just want to know. Please give me I want to know the question. Who said this right here over a month ago? Who said this over a month ago? That it could be something else because there's no way we should be having this much fucking injuries. Please, I'm curious. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I want to know. Please. I'm just curious. Please let me know. Did somebody say, hey, man, we got too many hamstrings and shit. We got too many injuries from, soft tissue, stress fractures. Did JB not say that shit right on this motherfucking show? I think he did say that. But everyone's like, oh, you crazy. Nah. Stan don't say it's weed either. Stan don't say it's weed. Bruce Helms, will you shut the fuck up? Are you playing in the NBA, motherfucker? Shut the fuck up, Bruce Helms. You motherfuckers are fucking stupid. You don't understand. I don't give a fuck about Matt McChesney smoking weed at 40 years old, Bruce Helms. I don't give a fuck about you smoking, Bruce Helms, and nobody else gives a fuck about Bruce Helms smoking weed. Are you guarding LeBron, Bruce Helms, motherfucker? Will you shut the fuck up about you smoke weed? Nobody gives a fuck about Bruce Helms and what weed you smoke. You're not playing in the NFL, motherfucker. Do you listen or are you fucking retarded? Do you understand what I say? Do you listen or do you just hear trigger words like the Twitter fucks on the internet? God damn, will you shut the fuck up? Some of you motherfuckers don't listen. You just talk. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about Bruce Helms smoking weed, homie. You're not out there backpedaling, covering fucking receiver in the NFL. Holy shit. Shut the fuck up. Softies out there. You can't say that word, Brandon. Come on, man. I used to think it was a great American word, but you can't say it anymore. Fuck. LGBTQ, stay away. Oh yeah, Brandon's out. Brandon's wild now. Shit, Brandon's wild as hell. Derek, make sure you get on clipping that cup. Cut that clip. We got to figure that out. Steve Kim's going to join us here shortly. In about 15 minutes, Steve Kim will join us. And Matt McChesney will join us at the 8 o'clock hour. We got a lot to discuss. Bruce Helms got out of here, obviously. He's probably the one reporting us. Lot to discuss. I got to get to I got so much fucking shit to talk about. We are definitely fearless on this Friday. I want to get into some top free agents, all right? Top free agent running backs. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard. I got to get into where these guys are going, where are they headed, and I want to get into Greg Roman resigning, what that means for Lamar Jackson, and I got to get into the Rookie of the Year. Who do you guys think the Rookie of the Year will be? I'm trying to remove some of this. I got so much shit up for today's show. Who do you think the Rookie of the Year is going to be? It's going to be interesting to me. I'm going to pull it up. You think Hutch is going to be the Rookie of the Year? Sauce Gardner, Hutch, Chris Olave, Ken Walker, Garrett Wilson, or Tyreek Woolen. Sauce Gardner is going to get a lot of love in this. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be Sauce Gardner or Aiden Hutchinson. Trayvon Walker. You guys might, yeah, Sauce Gardner. It's going to be him or Hutch, I'm pretty sure. Either team made the playoffs. Kenneth Walker for the Seahawks made the playoffs. Does that get him over the hump? I don't know. I don't know if that gets him over the hump or not. But these are the guys that are going to be in the mix. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that call. I don't know. Matt, what up?
Morning.
So I thought you were calling it 8 my time, 9 your time. You good?
Yeah. What's up?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Who's the Rookie of the Year in your opinion?
Like the overall Rookie of the Year or offense, defense?
These are the guys right here up for it.
To be honest with you, I'd either give it to Sauce or Woolen.
Really?
Both those corners were incredible. I mean, look, I don't know if you can really go wrong with any of the names. All those rookies balled. So,
and Woolen
Hutchinson's probably a safe bet. But Kenneth Walker, like you said, that's the only team that went to the playoffs. He led his team in rushing. So I think this is going to be a pretty hard award to give, honestly.
Hey, let me get your take. I got to get your take on this. Just to come out, we're on this Fearless Friday here. I just got probably banned forever on YouTube because my guy that I had on dropped the F-bomb on everybody. So I'm about to go in there and that clip.
Who'd you have on?
Brandon Lang, great dude. I know him forever. He was on the Two for the Money, the movie with Matthew McConaughey.
The guy that the dude pissed on in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't give a fuck about anything. So he's coming out telling trans jokes and using the F word and shit. I'm like, oh, can you just say like homo or something, dude?
Yeah, you're screwed. You're definitely gonna get fucked for that.
Oh yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, I'm in the process of cutting that clip out right now. Let me get your take on this deal. Your alma mater. I got to get your take.
When I say stand tall, okay, I want you bouncing out of your seat and stand tall. When I say stand tall, get your ass up. Stand tall. Sit your ass back down. Stand tall. We coming. We coming. Raise the goddamn roof. Raise the roof. We coming! We coming! We coming! We coming! See them Colorado buses show up, and 60 minutes of hell coming with it. 60 minutes of hell coming with it! The time is now, man! The time is now. Sit down.
Your alma mater, they got a number one pick, another number one kid yesterday. They got the last two number one signees Deion has gotten, one at Jackson State, one here. He's brought them both to Colorado.
From Miami last night, 5-star corner. So
yeah, so I think he's the number one recruit again, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're just flipping 5 stars like crazy in Boulder right now. They keep flipping.
Hey, so it just takes. Man, I've been telling people all the time, you can turn programs in 1 year. I'm tired of hearing you can't.
Yeah. TCU was 5-7 last year. USC was 4-8. Washington was 3-8 or 3-9. So CU is bringing a ton of talent. They're gonna flip the program around. You don't have talent and lose unless you can't coach. And I have a feeling that staff can coach. So
I'm not sold on Deion coaching, but I am sold on him leading and getting guys to buy into what he's selling. As you know, you don't have to be a great X and O guy as a head coach. You can get guys to buy in and and good coordinators like he has. What did you think about the video? Everyone's blasting him. You got half the people talking shit. You know, Danny Cannell came out and blasted Brewster. I actually like Brewster's comeback to Danny Cannell. He was like, I coached in the NFL for 5 fucking years. I had a pretty good run, by the way, for you to tell me that this is why guys don't coach in the league because we did this thing that he just did is asinine for Danny Cannell. Danny Cannell throws a lot of salt in the game out there on Twitter, I've noticed. I like Brewster's comeback. What's your take on that video we just saw?
Look, I don't have a problem with the video at all. I work with this generation every day, and I have to teach them how to shake hands and introduce themselves to each other. Like, the team has been beat down for 20 years. They've had one winning season since, again, I was a senior on the last team that won a bowl game there, and I'm 41 now. So they need to be told that they're men. They need to be told that they're tough. They need to be the reiteration that they can stand tall needs to be said. You know, this is only corny to people that don't understand football. This is happening in every single facility across the country. They just don't understand the power of social media. The Buffs put everything on social media because Deion puts everything on social media. It's something that I've been clamoring them to do for years, knowing the importance and the weapon that it can be, and it's working. Guys are attracted to Deion. They know that he's going to develop them into men and pros. They understand his connections. They understand how respected he is in the NFL and the media. Find somebody that can literally sit there and talk shit about Deion Sanders. And, they probably have an agenda. So I like the hate. I want it. I embrace it. I want everyone in the country to hate us because that's a good thing. That means that we're good and we're pissing you off and we're taking your players. Like if the University of Miami is mad at CU today, that's because you just lost a 5-star commit that you've had since October. I wonder why you're angry. If guys are angry they're not getting the number one players, well, I guess that Auburn and all these other schools that were tentative to hire Deion, I guess that they're all sitting in their offices right now going, why in the hell didn't we hire this guy? We are so dumb. They were scared. Rick George wasn't. And now people are sitting back going, oh, well, we could have had him, but because we don't, we're going to hate on him, especially like Florida State and all the hate coming from his alma mater. Like, how dare you? That's the best player maybe in the history of your school, and you shit on him. So, look, man, I embrace the hate. I want it. I love it when you're on the road and people are booing you, and that you can feel the animosity. I really dig it. And look, is it a little corny? Yeah, but that's okay. They're college kids. It's an environment where they're trying to promote positivity and get everybody excited before winter conditioning. I do not have a problem with it at all. And to be honest with you, to see you and all the fans, we are keeping receipts, bro. So when everybody starts jumping on the bandwagon, when they start kicking people's asses here down the road, you can come, but we know that you're a fake. So look, man, I don't have a problem with it at all. Coach Brewster is a hype man, and that's what he's there for. Every coach got up and talked to the team. They just decided to post that clip. I think leadership comes in very different forms, and a bunch of fucking fans out here on social media. All you fans, you don't know. Sit in the stand, buy your ticket, drink your beer, enjoy the game, and shut the fuck up.
They don't know the thing. They think they know it.
They don't know shit. All they know, all they do is root for the logo. They don't understand the work that's put in, what winter conditioning is, and how ruthless it is, and how ruthless they're about to make it. They're trying to tell the men in the room to stand tall with their shoulders up and eyes on their target. That's what he's trying to get across. A team that's been beat down in the media and everywhere else for the last 20 years. So I don't have a problem with telling young men to stand tall and believe in themselves. Only social media and all the fucking softies on it, all you sheep out there, and I'm not talking about CSU, I'm talking about all you babas out there who don't get it and then criticize it. So again, you're not supposed to understand it. You're a fucking fan. So sit there and be a fan. I'm just, it's amazing to me that like the platform of social media gives every idiot on the earth an opportunity to speak, and somehow their thoughts are validated in this arena. Like if you didn't play, all you do is watch and you're just a keyboard warrior, you don't really have a say. You can criticize whatever you want, but you and all your little, Cheeto fingered buddies that are pounding Mountain Dew Code Red in your mommy's fucking basement criticizing people that are doing it, we appreciate you buying jerseys and going to the game. But other than that, like, get your autograph and shut up. Go Buffs.
Someone goes, relax. You relax. We pay. Somebody in the chat.
I'm not relaxing for shit. I don't read the comment card either.
You pay because you couldn't play, motherfucker.
Like, I'm not going to relax for anything. You can watch the show and understand that there's a difference between passion and aggravation. And I love my university, and they've been in the dumps for a long time, and they took a chance on Dion to hire him, and it's working. And all you fucking haters out there that are like, oh, this is never going to work. Well, it's working pretty good. Imagine when they start playing games and winning, and Shedeur Sanders is a Heisman finalist, and you think it's going to blow up a little bit more then? So look, I'm going to keep talking
I'm
shit.
reading Instagram. My Instagram got deleted or disabled. It's still down, my main one. So I'm on my coaching.
Put it back up.
I only got like 6,000 followers on the coaches show one. And I came out, I led a show off this morning with the Alec Baldwin thing. He got charged with involuntary manslaughter last night. And I'm sitting there like, so the Rittenhouse kid is walking around free and clear. This motherfucker gets arrested for murder on a set of a movie that someone else gave him a gun to. And I'm sitting there and I don't give a fuck how everyone feels. But this is the Instagram thing I got right now from it. And it got deleted. I think he got deleted. I just canceled my membership because you don't know what you're talking about Rittenhouse and Alec Baldwin. I'm like, dog, cancel, please, you fucking cunt. Like, I'm so fucking tired of these fucking pussies, man. We had the biggest fucking pussy generation I've ever seen. You can't even talk and have your own opinion, Matt.
I don't have an opinion anymore. I know.
Their membership to my channel. Don't give a fuck, you pussy bitch.
It's like, look, out of here. People have opinions, and if you hurt someone's feelings now, anyone's feelings, except for a certain percentage of the population, usually dudes, if your feelings now are more important than facts and opinion. So we can't have like open discussion, because the minute some snowflake's feelings get hurt, they petition Instagram to get your account closed because they don't want to hear it, because they can't sit there and banter back and forth, because they're based everything in their life on their emotion, where we're basing everything on opinion and facts and, research and experience. And they're just sitting around like experience. And they're sitting around like, oh, well, this comment or this post or this whatever made me feel uncomfortable. Therefore, that person can't operate anymore because I'm uncomfortable. And it's like the intimidation thing. I mean, I'm telling you, over the last 2 weeks, I don't know how many emails or phone calls, anonymous phone calls I've gotten. I got a death threat the other day. Some motherfucker just called me at the gym like, you better watch your back, and just hanging up. And I'm like, well, I'm not, like Dion says, bro, I'm not real hard to find. The gym is at 10470 South Progress Way in Parker. Everything's at SixZero Academy. Come at me, bro. I'm really, really, really inconspicuous. Let me fucking tell you. But apparently, like, people that are intimidated or have fear, somehow that's now on the other person that makes them feel that way. How am I responsible for some fucking pussy's emotion?
Dude, I don't know. I don't get it.
Like, if you don't like something that we say or you don't agree with something, let's discuss it. Fuck, I bet you if you emailed Coach and you were like, yo, I'd love to come on the show and have some banter with you guys, I bet you he would say yes, because he takes all comers until you start.
I'd say become a member first. Like, I'm just like, Matt, these guys cannot have conversation no more. It's either their way or no way, because they have no fucking experience with real hands-on, tangible fucking experience. They have no idea. They don't know what it's like to live in a car for fucking 18 months or have to fend off for your life every day. They don't see how certain people are treated in the hood where they grew up compared to how others are treated. And then they don't want to call out the real. Like, I go both ways with it. I think you overblow it on this side. I think you're not getting enough on this side. But you know what? You can't talk real shit, dog. These motherfuckers get offended. We lose memberships on Instagram because they're sad that I said Rittenhouse is a shitbird because I think he had his mama drive him like a cunt that he is. And he goes, Mommy, I'm going to get my AR-15 because I'm such a fucking gangster. No, you're an enabled pussy that got an AR-15 handed to you, you fucking cunt. And your mama drove you 100 miles. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah. Hey, Matt, listen to this. We can't speak during this, but this is the generation we're in. Listen to this fucking professional tennis player crying about a fucking heckler. Anyway, you get the drift.
He bought a ticket. He can say whatever he wants. You're a multi-million-dollar professional athlete. If you can't handle the heckler, retire.
But listen. But to have to chattel say, well, you should be swagged out and do what these kids right here are doing. Like, these motherfuckers are like, these kids right here are unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not going to compare a bunch of 11-year-olds to whichever fucking.
No, what I'm saying is these cats are calling that swag in the chat. They're calling the kid thing swag, but
there's no 11-year-old on earth that has swag.
And when LeBron James and James Harden do it and get heckled, and then they ask for the guy to be removed, that you can't have swag and have that. You can't be a swagged out bitch made cat, can you?
Sure you can.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable where we are right now.
Swagged out. There's a bunch of swagged out fakers on social media that will take your back. So people are more tribal than they've ever been because of social media. They can just get in there, the little lump of people that all agree with you. And then the minute something is posted that you don't agree with, it's attacks on someone's character, not actually what they're saying. Point in case, the beginning of the week when I posted the thing about CSU, right? So Colorado State's up the street. Billy Best, their offensive line coach, who I respect as a good coach, blocked me on social media. I don't care that he blocked me. My page is about promotion for my players. That's the platform for him. So he's not viewing, I don't know, they've got like 12 Division I Power 5 offensive and defensive linemen right now in the room, easy. Over the last 3 days, we've had Colorado, Princeton, Harvard, Yale, Northern Colorado, Washington, Washington State, Utah State, Nevada, fucking Colin Klein was there from Kansas State yesterday, the OC, like hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long meetings, evaluating the players, putting it on social media that they're in the house and actively recruiting. So all I did was try and tell CSU people, like, look, your coach having a hissy fit over me telling CSU to recruit the state harder, or standing up for my player, Jabbar Ramos, last year, who they came in and dropped 4 days before signing day. And then that gets turned into, I'm a piece of shit because I'm calling out CSU. First of all, I want them to be successful, and they should recruit the kids in the state. Blocking a facility and a recruiting service that feeds all these different schools' players. So, Gage Ginther goes to Fossil Ridge High School in Fort Collins. Tennessee offered him the other day. So I know CSU's not going to get him because Tennessee's offering him now. But my point is, like, you know, if you don't think outside the box, you're never going to achieve anything. So I look at it as you're hurting your team, not me. Like, no one's actually going to listen to your dumb ass tell them not to come in. The kid you told not to come train is scheduled tomorrow morning. So, like, it all comes back full circle to it's not me. I don't care if you block me, don't like me, I don't know you, I don't give a fuck. I lose no sleep. I'm saying that when there's quality players that you should be evaluating and recruiting, if you don't, well, guess who's there Monday morning? Boise. So Boise's in your conference and division. Guess who's there Tuesday morning? Air Force. And guess who's not there and not involved and not looking at the players, and they're not going to junior day or getting recruited? Colorado State. So that's kind of my point on all this. It's very cliquey. It's very like tribal. And that's okay. Do your thing. But be careful when you step out of that box. There's real people in the world. So you can be a Twitter tough guy with muscles and all that shit. But on the street, in reality, will you ever walk up to me? Will you ever come to my facility? Will you ever call my show in Denver and give your 2 cents for real and say your real name? No. No, because you're fucking cowards. I'm willing to stand up and for everything I say and believe, and I'll die on that mountain. I don't stand behind parody accounts and, like, you know, McChesney's an asshole because he pushes people too hard. Like, yeah, I'm an asshole and you're fucking soft. So it's all full circle here, bro. And it's not going to get any easier. I think that guys like us are on, like, we're dying breed. Like the new generation of I guess man is extremely timid, extremely passive, do not stand up for themselves. They let people walk on them, you know, and that's why if you consider yourself if you're not a beta and you consider yourself an alpha, that's why it's so fucking easy to go do whatever you want in business and life, because everybody else is just waiting around for somebody to hand you shit, and people like me and you and others will go get it. So, you know, it is what it is.
You know what? I don't think people understand. I don't know if people really understand what alpha is. I think they think the alpha is the guy that swings his dick around and shows that it's bigger than all the other alphas in the room. No, an alpha actually takes the small dick syndrome people in the world and leads them to victory, motherfuckers. Like, the alpha actually makes people around them better, not just swinging their dick around talking about how cool we are and how badass we are. Like, dog, it's not that serious.
No, my goal is to get other young men to think about themselves in a positive light.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a bad thing. Why is it so bad to be a man? And why is it so bad to have confidence? And why is it so bad to think that you can do whatever you want? I don't understand where that came from, but I also have no time for it. So if you are on the other side of the fence where I have to be a bitch in order for you to feel good about yourself, well, I'm not doing that. So let's talk about football.
I gotta ask you something. I'm calling this out right now. I call this guy to be a bust.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think he'll be a bust. His last name is Manning. He's going to have to show me that. He's going to have to bust out hard for me to get with that one.
Yeah, we just talked about it, though. This motherfucker's lost his ID twice in a month. How do you lose your ID as a quarterback? I don't give a fuck. I've never lost a credit card in my entire life. Fuck that. There's a leader and a quarterback. It just doesn't exist, in my opinion. There's something wrong with that one. I'm just telling you.
I've lost my wallet like 30 times in my life, so I mean, it just happens.
Yeah. NFL this weekend. Brandon Lane gave his picks. Tomorrow, Saturday, we got 2 games. Sunday, we got 2 games. I'm picking the Giants as my upset pick.
Okay.
That's my upset. Yeah. Brandon likes the Giants covering, but he also thinks there's going to be one blowout this week. He says the Chiefs are going to absolutely dog stomp the Jags. I'm going to say this.
I think Kansas City's about to get jaguared.
Hey, so this is my thing. If Trevor Lawrence can hang in this game and show that he might be the next thing, he might be the next Joe Burrow. He could be the next big thing if he can do something great tomorrow. I think Trevor Lawrence has a lot to show, improve, and I actually do like Jacksonville playing a lot better than people think.
So, look, the 4 games this week, what are they? Tomorrow is Kansas City, Jacksonville, New York, Philly, right?
Yeah, no New York Phillies tomorrow. Let me make sure.
That's tomorrow. That's the night game. I personally think that I like Jacksonville at Kansas City to win. Jacksonville has a innate ability to go into places and beat them, i.e. the Broncos, i.e. the Steelers in the divisional round as the 1 seed. Now it's the Chiefs' turn. So, this is what Jacksonville does. Don't be surprised if they go into Jacksonville and win, especially with everybody picking the Chiefs. And, they already beat them by 10 this year and yada, yada, yada. And I understand that's crazy in some people's eyes, but again, it's my pick. And then the Giant-Eagle game, the Eagles beat the Giants twice this year, if I remember correctly. And
yeah,
I think it's really, really hard to beat a team 3 times. I think it's fucking damn near impossible, especially a division team. So I'm going to take the Giants there too. I think Jacksonville and New York win tomorrow, and both of them are going to be on the road in the AFC title game. And then on Sunday, with the Sunday slate of what's Sunday? Cincinnati, Buffalo, and then
at noon.
Bengals, Bills, and then San Francisco, Dallas. So Bengals, Bills. I think it's Buffalo's year. With Kansas City losing, it eliminates the neutral site AFC title game. Thank God. I think Buffalo will beat Cincinnati in Orchard Park, but it'll probably go to overtime. It's going to be a hell of a football game. So it'll be Buffalo, Jacksonville for the AFC title in Orchard Park. And then it'll be, I think that, look, the Cowboys showed me something against Tampa, but Tampa's terrible. So I just think San Francisco's got too much for the Cowboys. Dak will give the ball away. But I also think Brock Purdy, everyone's like, well, how's Brock going to respond to the blitz packages and whatnot? I don't think, does anybody, like 3 years ago, I remember Jimmy Garoppolo throwing like 8 passes in the NFC title game against Green Bay and then beating Green Bay like 38-20 or something with Aaron Rodgers. I think that's the same kind of game you're going to get from San Francisco this week. I think they're going to limit. I think Shanahan saw Purdy against Seattle and was like, okay, he's really throwing the ball high. He's missing some targets. He looks a little shaky. So I think they're going to try and protect him and use all the weapons. Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey is incredible. Juszczyk. George Kittle's going to have a huge fucking day. I think that San Francisco is just going to be too much for Dallas, but Dallas isn't going to fold. I think the Dallas-San Francisco game is going to be an absolute fucking dogfight. And Dallas could win. Like, they're pretty good, but I just think that Dak Prescott is going to, I think the turnover bug, because it didn't bite him last week, I think that this will be the week it comes with the number 1 defense. The dynamics between the defensive line of the Niners and the offensive line of the Cowboys, it's like we're having a throwback to like 94 when we were talking about Ricky Jackson and Dana Stubblefield and Bryant Young and like the Charles Haley and how they're going to line up against fucking Eric Williams and Newton and Larry Allen and Stefanski and all these cats. Well, now you look at Dallas and they moved their first round tackle from Tulsa into guard, and now they've got Peters and Smith and fucking Zach Martin, who's first team All Pro, and they've got 2 good backs. As long as Dak doesn't fuck it up, Dallas should be in a position to win, but I just have a feeling he's going to give the ball to the Niners. Dallas got over a huge hump last week, winning a road playoff game for the first time in 30 years. But I'll take San Francisco, New York in the Bay for the NFC title game. A little throwback to when Marshall ran Joe Montana over back in the day. And then I'll take Jacksonville in Buffalo in Orchard Park for the AFC title game next weekend. So that's just my opinion. I think
money, man. I like it.
Kansas City is about to experience what so many other fan bases have experienced, where we're going to crush Jacksonville. We hate them. They're not very good. And then they fucking walk in and beat your ass in the playoffs. So it's happened to a lot of other franchises, and now it's your turn.
Let me ask you this. People talk about this this Niner defense. Brandon brought some points up too. I do agree with Brandon on this accord. Can Dallas carry over what they were doing in the past game from last week versus a horrible defense that Sean Salisbury and I broke down? It was atrocious.
It was so bad, bro. It
was the worst I've ever seen.
Look, Coach, in the first quarter, okay, I'm gonna post this video today. There's Dallas lines up 11 3-by-1 tight end ISO flex right. They've got Brown, fucking CD and Gallup down here to the left, all flex to the field.
You mean on the wheel route touchdown?
No, not a touchdown. It's like the third play of the game. Tampa Bay lines up in shell coverage in an under front, so an over front to the run strength, but an under front on 3rd and 12. So an under front to isolate the pass rushers. They do a 3-man lead call, and they bring Winfield Jr. And they leave one defender for 3 receivers, and Dak takes a sack from Vita Vea. They don't throw the check to him. They don't break the routes off. Yeah. All the receivers just run vertical, and he's just standing there like looking. And I'm like, why in the fuck isn't this a sight adjustment? Throw a 7-yard pass, go run for 5 yards. There's one guy for 3 guys over here. I'm going to post it when we get off, and I'll tag you on it. It is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen, and that's what I'm talking about. You make that mistake against San Francisco, and you're fucking dead.
But let me ask you this on the flip side of that coin, like Brandon brought up, I do agree with the momentum in the pass game that they did have later in that game, obviously, the whole game. The 49ers secondary is fucking horrible, bro. Their secondary is bad.
They're on defense in football. They're awesome on defense.
Because when a pass rush is awesome, your corners play well, bro. You know that.
I mean, I don't know if they're awful.
Geno Smith was getting the ball out quick, and that was hurting Frisco early. If he don't fumble that ball, you know as well as I do, Matt, that Seattle game's a different outcome. It's not a win. I don't say it's a win, but it's definitely not a blowout. And the corners are susceptible to quick game. And I don't know if Dallas has any momentum. Can they exploit the corners? That's the only chance they have. They don't have a chance.
Dallas has
beating them up front.
Dallas has the talent to go win the Super Bowl.
Oh, no doubt.
It's just a matter of what Dak Prescott's going to do. And after watching the All-22 and evaluating it, yes, he chopped up Tampa Bay, but he missed so many fucking opportunities to beat them even worse. So if he learns from it and they get better, then absolutely they can dominate. But
I do think Dallas has talent, and if Dallas's O-line comes to play, you know as well as I do, Dallas has a pretty legitimate O-line. I mean, they got some guys.
Just talk about them; they look really good.
And if they can play like that, I think they have an opportunity. They can make some noise. It could be interesting. So I like your picks. I do like the picks. Hey, by the way, if you want to watch football tonight, my buddy runs the Polynesian Bowl, and it's on tonight on NFL Network. So you'll get to see a lot of Polys playing that are trying to get into colleges and get.
Is that the high school Polynesian game?
Yeah, it's a high school college deal. It's on NFL Network, I believe, tonight.
Yeah, fuck, man. We need to get my big guy Lincoln Fahapoli out there next year, the big tackle I work with from Fountain Fort.
Yeah, my boy George runs it, man. He's a good dude. He played at Arizona back in the day. Played quarterback. He runs that whole thing. So
do you have to be a Poly to play?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay, cool.
You don't. He does a good job. He gets a lot of people involved, man. So it's
right. I'm watching TV right now, right here. Dion flips 5-star corner from Miami to Colorado. That's why we hired him.
No doubt. That's what happens. I mean, people can do it all day. It's gonna be interesting to see the rest of the thing.
I guarantee you next year, Ed Reed is hired somewhere, and the same thing happens. Like,
you see his video going off about the trash?
Yeah, he should go off. I mean, fuck, man. Look. You can't just hire somebody and be like, you work out all the kinks at this shithole. He wasn't there figuring out how to do the trash service at Bethune-Cookman. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just glad he never coached JUCO, because I wouldn't even be able to bitch about it. That's a guarantee. That's what I'm walking into.
Well, look, at the same time though, you as a coach, you're only responsible for what the product on the field and the academic standing of your players, period. Why am I responsible for the trash service and the fucking laundry and shit? Like, if you're a coach, why do you want to deal with that? Of course you're going to leave.
Hey, dude, I did take it as a teaching opportunity, Matt. I used to tell my kids, don't walk by a fucking piece of trash on the ground. Pick it up, motherfucker. I don't care if it ain't yours or not. I don't care if it's not yours. Pick it up.
Well, everybody thinks their housekeepers work like follow them around so they don't have to pick up after each other. So
nowadays especially.
Housekeeper don't work here, dog.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, if anyone comes up to your place, hit me up, man. I'll fly out there real quick and beat that ass with you.
Hey, my biggest fantasy on earth. Some guys are like, hey, I want to fucking have a huge threesome, or I want 4 or 5 wives, or whatever fantasy. I want to be a billionaire. Mine is to catch some stupid fuck breaking into my house.
Oh, Hey, I'm with Steve Kim on that one. Steve Kim, you don't even know you're on, man. Wake up, man.
Hey, morning, fellas.
You're a huge Miami fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that motherfucking L on the way out, son. We just took your corner. How you like that shit? Go Buffs. Fuck you. Let's go. Yeah. Goodbye. Have a good day. Bye. See you down the field. Yeah, bitch. Woo!
Hey, Steve, don't you love when the motherfucker? We just talked about the cowards leaving the room. Don't leave.
Wow. Hopefully, Cormani McClain will make a bowl game during his CU run.
Hey, let me ask you this. A 5-star kid Dion just got his second one in 3 weeks.
Right.
How has Billy Napier not got one in 2 years?
Yeah, there's a lot of complaints from the Florida fan base. Look, the NIL game, if you are not organized, and this has to be an effort that comes from the top down, everyone has to be in alignment. Zach Smith talks about it a lot. He's certainly very concerned with Ohio State and the way they're handling it. You know, this is an interesting thing with the NIL. You have to admit what this is. This is pay for play. And you better have a salary cap. You better have a structure. You better have your money in order. And you better understand what is the true value of a player. Jalen Rashada, the quarterback, him and his family thought they had negotiated a $13 million deal till sanity prevailed. I'll be honest, I have no real sympathy for the Rashada family. You put your son up for sale. You held an auction, you decommitted here and there, and now you're left with anything. I mean, here's a novel idea, Coach. How about actually just going to the school that you like and fits you the best, and then working out a reasonable deal with them, and then actually get this, play good football. I see this in boxing all the time with dads. They want to be the trainer, now they want to be the manager, and they quit their jobs. And then they act like their sons are ATMs. And this is going to happen more and more. It's going to be more open now. But Florida, that's going to be interesting because their quarterback room is not very good. There's already a little bit of impatience with Billy Napier. They're not going to have the grace period. At least he's not. At least with Mario Cristobal because he's not an alum. And so that's a little bit different. So Florida has some things to work out, but I'm just telling you, if your NIL program is not organized and in alignment with all the higher ups, it's going to be tough.
Hey, let me ask you something. Does Dana White look bad when you start up a power slap network when you just slap the shit out of your wife?
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain irony to it. Coach, I've been watching clips of it on Twitter. Man, that's a tough watch. Look, I'm not against it. I just won't watch it. I don't really get a lot of enjoyment out of it as someone that covers boxing. And, people are actually defending and attacking. It's not just, hey, you hit me, I hit you. It kind of reminds me of when Fred Flintstone would watch boxing. He'd open up his refrigerator, get a Rocky Cola, and it'd be two guys clubbing each other, like taking turns. That'd be their version of boxing in Bedrock. And I'm thinking, what? There's no real sport in it. I mean, your ability to just take a hard slap. I didn't know a slap could do that much damage. Guys are getting knocked out, rolling over.
No. Dude, I've done research on this years ago. I used to tell people I used to slap a hoe, meaning a man. I would slap a man, Steve, and it was the largest sign of disrespect, in my opinion. Like, I had this poll, Steve. Would you rather be slapped by a man or spit on? I believe it's a tight race for me. I think if you spit on a person, you're the actual bitch that's doing the work. You're spitting on a guy. I think that's like, you're a bitch to spit on somebody. I just think you deserve your ass mud stomped. If you get slapped, you're the bitch.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean? There's a big difference. So, but slapping somebody, Steve, I want you to know, your hand on this side is a much more dense than it is right here. Because all that cartilage and meat, and if you got a big hand like me, I mean, just imagine, you're only going to connect a smaller area with a fist. You get slapped with the hard part of the heel of your hand, shit, that's hard wrist bone, man. You're going to get fucking knocked out. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you slap somebody, Steve, if you ever get, I don't know if you've ever skied or been water skiing. If you hit the water with your ear, I busted my eardrum twice, and I'm telling you right now, if you get slapped right over your ear where you get that air suction,
yeah,
you'll bust your eardrum and it'll knock you out. You'll lose your fucking center of balance. It's a bad thing. And I'm sitting there like, without able to defend that, and you're sitting there with your hands behind your back, just taking slaps.
Right, and you can't roll with the slap or the punch. I saw one guy's face was blown up on one side, and I'm thinking,
I showed that on my show. It is unbelievable. And I'm like, well, no, dude, we know Dana's been slapping fucking females for a long time after that shit. You already know that motherfucker was real comfortable slapping his wife. And people are always coming out to defend him. Well, his wife hit him. I don't give a fuck if his wife hit him 1,000 times. But I just don't understand this, like you said, this is not a sport. And the only part I care about, Steve, the only part I care about is we're fine with this, but please take off kickoff return. Please take it out of NFL. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so confused as to what we allow and don't allow.
You know, isn't TBS airing this slap fight? And I'm like, that's a major network. I am stunned that a major corporate entity is actually involved in this, but then they don't want to do boxing.
Hey, Steve, so we got the kids that do this now, right? We got the kids now that are doing this shit, right?
Oh, God. All
right, we got this kid, right? We Steve, we know that's coming from watching NBA players and all this shit. So now, when you see the slap fight, power slap, you don't think you're gonna see this more often? Like you don't think guys are gonna start just slapping motherfuckers open head because we're so influenceable now with the social media and shit. You don't think that this power slap shit is gonna start a thing in school where motherfucker? You don't think? Remember back in the day, dodgeball was the sport. We're gonna go play dodgeball. Steve, nowadays, guess what? We're going to be in the back in elementary school, and we're going to have a fucking slap-off now, and you're going to have the biggest fucking trickle-down effect we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a disturbing trend of women trying to fight with men.
I know.
Do they not understand? Do they not understand bone density, lean muscle mass, the ability to accelerate into your punches, the difference between a man and a woman?
No, they don't. I don't understand.
It's amazing. Like when I hear these things, like, oh, this female fighter could beat men. No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. It's like when Clarissa Shields and her groupies would say, she could beat this guy, this guy, and this guy. And I said, no, she couldn't beat an average or below average 8-round fighter. She really couldn't. It's like in tennis. Everyone gets upset when John McEnroe said Serena Williams could not beat the 1,000th ranked men's players. It's the truth. It is, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't believe anyone in the WNBA could make a developmental league roster. I really don't. It's nothing against them. They just can't. I don't think there's a single female that could even play a good level of high school football. It's just the way it is. But these girls, because they take a jiu-jitsu class, they take a kickboxing class, they hit a heavy bag, they start thinking they're Wonder Woman. You're not. You stay in your lane. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying that that's an endorsement to beat up on females, but you're getting into this like that poor clip that you showed. That girl ran into like a kind of a weak jab that wasn't exactly Larry Holmes, and she falls flat on her face. I guess I kind of feel bad for her, but ladies, first of all, be feminine, be respectful, and don't do that shit.
And guys,
my life lesson for today.
And guys, don't counteract. don't fucking hit a girl because she hits you. I mean, it's real simple. I understand. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't let it. I understand, but she can't hurt you, man. Are you that scared by getting slapped by a female? Shut the fuck up.
Well, I mean, look, if she kicks you, you got to do. Look, I don't know what that was about. It seemed like it was like a fight, like they had set that up.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't seem like a couple that had too many drinks and, things are said. That actually looked like a fight.
At high school in the parking lot.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go, Steve. Let's get into some real shit here. Greg Roman resigns. I think this right here is resulting into something that we're going to see. I think this is a telltale. And then the Ravens come out yesterday, and then they have this, they have this take on I'm trying to get the right thing. They have this take on, oh, we're gonna try to sign Lamar and da 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 da. I don't think so. I think this guy is the first tell story that they're getting rid of Lamar. That's my personal.
You don't think this is their way of saying, Lamar, we get it. You're boxed in. Never mind that this guy helped you to a MVP trophy. Never mind we've won a lot of games with that guy as our coordinator. You don't think it's their sales pitch of like, hey, Lamar, things are going to change. We're going to get you a number one receiver. We're gonna modernize the offense. But then, I'm kind of with you, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. You don't think Greg Roman maximized Lamar's skill set? Maybe that's what they could run. Maybe that's what they were limited to.
Steve, that's all they can run.
Right. Because the one thing with Lamar, he's not a bad deep ball thrower. He actually hits a lot of deep shots. Where he struggles, and tell me if I'm wrong, isn't it all that intermediate stuff and the timing routes where he really has issues, Coach? So if that is still the case, and if he does not get better at that aspect of his game, Coach, tell me what pro-style offense he can really run effectively. I'm not sure there is one. If you cannot hit the deep out, the comeback, the dig route, and throw the ball on time and with accuracy consistently and be able to throw near 70% now, because that's what it is. You got to be above 65%. I don't care who the coordinator is. It's going to be a flawed system with that level of quarterbacking if Lamar does not evolve further.
Yeah, he's not. But you just said what he is. He's a deep ball thrower. He's not a deep ball passer.
Yeah,
he's not a deep ball passer. He's a deep ball thrower. He throws it off of play pass and RPO when everyone's in the box because we have fucking 9 guys in the box to stop you running the football. So we're gonna throw the football. This is my take on this. I got an interesting one. People that don't know football thinks Roman's shitty. I'm like, well, he's been a couple Super Bowls as a play caller, by the way, number one. Number two, running completely different offenses. Number three, he is probably the single best offensive coordinator in football for Lamar Jackson, and it's not even close. And people that know football know that Roman is a fucking genius, and I love him to death. I've sat down with him. He's a great fucking dude. We think very much similar alike. We sit very similarly. And I'm sitting there like, dude, Roman is the greatest thing for him. But then this comes out. So what do you think his top landing spots would be if that was a precursor to Lamar being gone? This is what some people put out there. I don't see New England ever. I want to take them right out. I don't see the Dolphins because I do not see Tyreek and Waddle wanting to have a guy just that never can get him the football. Like, Tua is bad enough. That's how talented those two are. Tua is bad enough getting him the ball on time. There's no way Lamar gets him the ball on time. The Jets have a good wideout core, but it doesn't fit their system to bring him in my opinion. And the Falcons, I could see it because they got more of a muddy, gruddy offense, and they need a guy like that to be.
That city would love Lamar, Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
They would treat him like Michael Vick 2.0.
Yeah.
That's the one from a cultural fit where a fan base would rally around him and the city would be all in. Atlanta's the spot from that perspective. Yeah. The Dolphins to me would be, there's a lot of Dolphin fans that want Lamar in there. You look at what Mike McDaniel does, a lot of that eye candy with that jet sweep and orbit sweep and all that other stuff. And he creates a lot of like stuff in the back end off the play action, half rollout. That would be intriguing. It would be. I'm not going to lie to you. That would be an experiment that I would like to watch. What could Mike McDaniels dial up with Lamar Jackson and his threat at running back?
Let me ask you this.
At quarterback. Well, let me ask you this. What about if they ran what Philadelphia ran and got him an A.J. Brown like they did with Jalen Hurts? How do you think that works out?
I don't know if he has I don't know if he can get A.J. Brown the fucking ball, though.
Yeah, but it's not like Jalen Hurts was Dan Marino. He's gotten better this year. But the way they pound the ball, and when it comes to the play action stuff, Coach, I've seen so many games where Jalen Hurts has wide, big throwing windows to work with. He's not like, and I give him credit because you still have to deliver the ball. But you look at how they set things up with Devontae Smith, and then, AJ does all the dirty stuff and all the physical stuff inside. They create wide throwing windows for him, though. I think Jalen Hurts, as good athlete as he is, he does not bring you the type of athleticism Lamar Jackson does.
Not at all. Okay, I got a take, though. Wherever I think this piece right here, top free agent running backs are Saquon, Pollard, and Jacobs. I don't know. I think Jacobs stays depending on the quarterback that arrives, A. Saquon stays unless someone throws him $150 million. And I think Pollard is a guy that can easily leave to be the premier featured guy somewhere. I just think that Lamar could possibly go with one of these guys somewhere that no one's talking about. Like Oakland, for instance, or Vegas, I mean. Devontae Adams would be pissed off, Steve, but I can see Jacobs and Lamar with a guy like Devontae as your premier guy with a Renfro and a tight end like Waller. Or I could see him going somewhere with a Pollard. Like, let's say they go to Atlanta and get Pollard to go in there with Algier and put Cordero Patterson back in his natural position and start using guys. Because Arthur Smith had Tannehill for a while, but he's not a triple option guy that wants to get out and run Baltimore's offense. So I don't know if Lamar fits Atlanta, but I could easily see Lamar going to a place like Carolina too.
Out of those running backs, the guy that I like the best, if I'm a team in the free agent running back market, Pollard's my guy. Less wear and tear, no real injury history, best football still in front of him, and he's versatile. You can line him up anywhere, gets the ball out into the space, and he's explosive. Jacobs is interesting because they use him a lot. I don't know. These running backs in that second contract, it's almost like their good work is used against them. So let's say the first 4 or 5 years, you have all sorts of yards and carries, and the teams are going to say, well, yeah, you're like a car now with 120,000 miles on the odometer. It's not like quarterback. And as a quarterback or a receiver, if you put up big numbers in your first contract, they're saying, you know what, you're ascending. You're still going to get better. Unfortunately, for a running back nowadays, for the most part, they're going to look at you like Zeke Elliott. Oh, my God, Zeke, you got like 6,000 yards in your first 5 years or whatever. They're like, yeah, that means your best football is already behind you. It's unfortunate. If I'm the Las Vegas Raiders, I kick the tires on Aaron Rodgers. I was telling this to Whitlock. You give Aaron Rodgers a serviceable running game, but you give him back his number one receiver, and the other guys like Hunter Renfro and Waller, that right there's the perfect situation for him, I believe, if he really wants out of Green Bay, which it does. As for Saquon Barkley, I am a firm believer that in life, sometimes you just belong in a certain place. It works for him in New York. If I'm the Giants, I try to work it out where Daniel Dimes and Barkley are there together. And this is going to be interesting what they do with Daniel Jones. If he plays well again this Sunday, win or lose, he, to me, has wrapped up his present and future with the Giants. So the question then becomes, can they get him to take a contract that isn't exorbitant? In other words, he's nowhere near that Deshaun Watson or Dak Prescott level where you could still, you have to pay him well. He's earned that, but then you don't wreck the salary cap for the rest of the roster, and you're able to retain a guy like Barkley. Because I think those two work really well together. And then you got to be able to draft a true number one receiver for the Giants, because that's what's probably missing from their attack. So again, a guy like Daniel Jones is going to have to make a decision. Is it all about the money, or do I factor in what is my best situation? Because, Coach, if you were Daniel Jones, would you want to leave Brian Dable after 1 year?
No, he's not. He's not.
And he shouldn't.
He's not. Let me ask you this. Having talked the Lamar thing and that running back segment we just went through and saw. So, like Lamar, here's some teams for Lamar. Everyone saw. We saw the running backs. Now let's look at the draft. And let's compare and let's put all this together. So, if Bryce were to go to Houston, as some people project, or trade with Chicago, as people are saying.
Hold on. This mock draft that you're looking at has Will Levis at 2.
Man, I've seen mock drafts with Will Levis at 1. Like,
Coach,
he's got the strongest arm in the draft.
He does. Look,
people are
Coach,
enamored with his arm strength.
Coach, if football was played against Cones with shirts and a T-shirt, he'd be the number 1 pick every year. If you actually watch it, there's 2 guys I'd stay away from in the first half of the first round. Him and AR-15, Anthony Richardson. They are great athletes. They are physical specimens. They're going to impress you in spots. They do not actually know the finer arts of quarterbacking. Will Levis, to me, it's that great that line from Bull Durham about Nuke Nalush. $1 million arm, 10-cent head. You and Salisbury should do a breakdown on him, and you're going to see a guy that's going to tantalize you with an absolute whip of an arm, physical specimen, built well, can whip that ball, but some of those decisions that he makes will absolutely puzzle you, especially the end of that Ole Miss game that they blew. Ole Miss didn't let his guy get set. They took away a touchdown. Then the very next play, you're in the red zone about to win this game. He sees a face side blitz and he holds the ball forever. Gets sacked, fumbled, they lose. And I said right there, no football IQ. AR-15, brilliant athlete, can run like the wind, has a very strong arm. Coach, when you watch his films, he goes quarters at a time without being able to consistently put the ball on guys. Will Levis at 2 is going to get someone fired.
And it definitely can't go to Indianapolis. Colts need a quarterback now. Like a guy that has credit. I mean, it's played in the NFL now. They can't rick on another rookie and start over.
Well, here's the thing. They needed a veteran, but they've been getting guys who are Pro Bowlers a decade ago. I mean, look what they've done since Andrew Luck. They went Phillip Rivers, and then they went Matt Ryan, and then they went Carson Wentz, and not that order. If it comes down to the Colts absolutely having to take a quarterback at number 2, I would just get C.J. Stroud. It may be a little bit of a reach, but for as flawed as C.J. Stroud might be, I would take Stroud over Will Levis and Anthony Richardson in a heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat.
I would too. I would too. What's your take on the Gronk Aaron Rodgers thing? He said, "Why are you talking MVP? You should be talking Super Bowl." I agree with a side of it. I don't agree with the other side. I think he's defending Tom Brady on one side, and then I know that he was Aaron was on McAfee's show, and he kind of. I think they just were taking it out of context. I didn't mind what Aaron said. Aaron was just talking about, listen, I still think I can be an MVP. Take it how you want to take it. And then everyone takes it out of context. But I do understand, I still understand Gronk, guys that played at that level. I would also be talking about, hey, man, I need to win a Super Bowl. I'm overrated as shit. I need to win a fucking Super Bowl.
Coach, that's his way of saying I'm still elite. Don't get it twisted. I'm still damn good. I'm one of the best still. But Gronk makes a good point, though. Is it about me or we? And I pointed this out yesterday. Gronkowski came from the Patriot way, which is all about the team. It is never about individual accolades. And he did play for a guy in Brady who sacrificed his own game and his own rewards for the greater good of the franchise and his teammates. I'm a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. Here's the problem, though. With his talent and his ability to have just one Super Bowl appearance and one Super Bowl win, it feels like a letdown. And you go the last 6-7 years, they've lost a lot of key games in Lambeau. That's not that cannot be overlooked. So was it taken out of context? To a certain degree it was. But is Gronk absolutely correct in what he said? No doubt.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I was asking, this Geno Smith article came out. I don't know if you saw this. Geno Smith on Seattle's cringy ex-quarterback. He basically said it wasn't hard to come in here and get back the locker room. He said he used to tell DK he was praying for him. That's what Russell Wilson used to tell DK Metcalf. And he said he used to make boys pray before eating the strip club buffet. Geno has came out and said a few other things. I'm starting to see, does he want to leave Seattle, or is he going to want this big bag that he never got? I just want him to understand that he has to pump his brakes and thank Pete Carroll for giving you the opportunity, because you were a nobody, bro. And please don't go out and try to think you need the two. You're not going to get it. So stay put. They'll pay you some money and bring in some more talent around you, and Seattle could be a real contender next year.
No, wait a minute. Ciara, let's Russell go to strip clubs. Okay. Interesting.
I bet you they probably brought the strip club to the house.
Okay, that's more convenient. If I'm Geno Smith, you have to be realistic. We love Geno Smith this year, but the last month and a half, he came back down to earth. But he had a really good year. In fact, he was an upgrade over Russell Wilson, at least the one they got rid of, that weirdo. Again, I'm going to go back to this. Sometimes in life, it shouldn't be just about the most amount of money. You got to put yourself in the best situation. And if Geno gets a salary and a guaranteed amount that's commensurate with the other starting quarterbacks, who all make at least $20 million. Okay, they don't all make 45 to 50, but they all make about 20 to 30. That's the going rate for a quarterback. Look at what he's surrounded by. Good receiving core. Got Lockett and DK. You got one of the best young running backs in the sport who's going to have a big year next year, Kenneth Walker, right? You got a draft class that just came in that was really good. Pete Carroll nailed it. Now you're with the team that also has the number 3 and another first-round pick. If I'm Geno Smith and I'm looking at where I can go, let's say the Colts decide Geno Smith, that's the next veteran we're going to get, and we're going to overpay you by a couple $1 million. And again, it's easy to say it's not my money. A couple million, still a lot. Coach, tell me what's a better situation for Geno Smith? Playing with an ascending Seattle team or a rebuilding Colt team that pays you a little bit more? Which one would you choose?
I'm saying Seattle right now.
Seattle. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
The NFC East, the only team with 3 teams still in the playoffs. Let's get your picks before you get out of here. I can't wait to see you Sunday. We're going to have a hell of a time. I wish it was both days. Fucking Saturday. I wish the games were all on Sunday this week. But let me ask you this. There has to be a major upset this year. There has to be. There always is, and it hasn't really been that
Coach,
one yet.
I don't think it's Jacksonville. It's Kansas City.
I'm taking the Giants. I think the Giants is the upset.
Yeah, that one I could see. Remember, the Philadelphia had the bye week. They're kind of a rested team. Jalen Hurts, I think, will be probably healthier than he's been in the last 4 or 5 weeks. The Jaguars had a magical night. It was a great comeback. But now they're not playing a Brandon Staley coach team. They're playing Kansas City. I just can't. Look, if right now the Jaguars have had a successful season. They've maximized their first year after the urban decay, pun fully intended, of last year. So I think that magical carpet ride comes to an end. Dallas is dangerous. As much as I like San Francisco in that roster, Dallas is dangerous. Coach, you were looking like a genius for 2.5 quarters. And I'm thinking, well, what does he know? Looking good. It's 23-17. And I'm thinking, if they make this 24-23, things have to be really, really tight and nervous.
Too.
And then Geno lets the ball go. But the thing that I really noticed in that game, and with Jared Stidham, the Niners defense on the back end, they've had some injuries at the cornerback spot, and it shows. They could not get off the field on third down, and they were getting chipped in the body punch with the intermediate routes, short hook routes. I'm thinking, they have an elite pass rush. They do not necessarily have an elite pass defense. And Dallas with CeeDee Lamb and some of their other receivers, that little guy Corbin, T.Y. Hilton, I think Gallup, he made some plays. But here's the thing, Coach, and you and Salisbury pointed this out. How much of a mirage were the Cowboys? Because that Buccaneers defensive game plan and execution, that should have got Todd Bowles fired.
Did you watch Sean Salisbury?
Yes, I watched you guys, and then I actually mentioned the Whitlock that you guys dissected just how bad it was in concept and execution and effort.
That's the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, and actually, so I think Dallas is dangerous, though. I really do. And then you're right, especially if they get down with their ability to pass rush, with Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and all those guys. That's the game. And I'm going to tell you the player that's on the spot. The one player that I've been a big advocate of, but I cannot overlook this because I call it the way it is, like the Korean Kosel, right? Josh Allen. Josh, you've become a turnover machine. You nearly blew that game against the Dolphins. That's on you. You guys are up 17-3 in complete control, on the verge of blowing them out. Then you start making dumb decisions. And the one thing I don't like about there's two things I don't like about Josh Allen. He's too reckless with his body. One of these days, he's going to get blindsided and ripped up. Okay? He puts his body in harm's way too much. You are not a tight end. Learn how to hook slide or get out of bounds. Number two, there are games where I say you have stuff underneath. You have the simple, easy, routine throw, but you always want to make the big play. And it got him into trouble last week. He's got to protect the ball. This is a game where you've always said, Jason, the guy never wins a meaningful game. This is a meaningful game. You're going up against Joe Burrow. And I believe this game's at home, right? In Buffalo?
Yeah.
You got to protect your house. You got to be a sound quarterback and make the right decisions, protect and value the football, and you got to protect that house and win. This, to me, is the weekend where Josh Allen has to be that guy. But I don't like what I've seen the last 2 months.
I haven't ever seen him win a big game. I think
he's won a few playoff games. He's won a few. Come on.
And I know he didn't turn the ball over in those playoff games either. So
I'm just telling you, that Buffalo-Kansas City game last year was an unbelievable contest. Those last 3 minutes. And Josh Allen, with 13 seconds to go, I said to myself, man, he's arrived. He's arrived. And then Patrick Mahomes pulls one out of his hat. And I was like, oh, God. But this is the weekend. Josh Allen, this is your life. Show me something.
Hey, as you leave, I'll see you Sunday. It's going to be great to talk about it. Let me ask you this, though. If Trevor Lawrence can stave off and do the unthinkable with everyone else, is he a guy that's going to start paving his way? Everyone's going to be like, okay, well, this guy has the Burrow effect, the Brady effect.
I've always liked him. Coach, this is a kid, and I think I told you this when I came over the first time. That's a kid at age 16. You knew was going to the National Football League. They did some documentary series on him. And, obviously I follow ACC football, and I said, oh, my God, Dabo got him. I said, we're in trouble. I mean, this kid's a prodigy. And this is really his rookie year. I do not hold that year with Urban Meyer against him. Okay? He has now got an adult in charge, real professional coaching. And let's go all the way back to his freshman year, 2018. I remember early in that Clemson season, the offense would scuffle a little bit with Kelly Bryant. He was the incumbent. He was good enough to lead them to the playoffs. But
Missouri later.
Right. But when they got throttled by Bama in the semifinal game at the Sugar Bowl, I remember watching that game. I was at the Rose Bowl when Oklahoma and Georgia played their game. They had like a little tailgate area, and I'm watching that game as we're leaving. I said, they've gone as far as they can with Kelly Bryant. And it was very obvious early on that Trevor Lawrence gave them a different ability to stretch the field and be a downfield threat every single play. And I give Sweeney a lot of credit because he said, you know what, Kelly, we really love you, but I want to win a national title here. And from that point on, what they did to Alabama up there at Levi Stadium, they couldn't have done that with Kelly Bryant. He absolutely carved up a Nick Saban defense, and they blew them out that. You see Alabama lose once in a while. You don't see them get blown out like that. And every year Clemson was in the Final Four, and in his second year with the Jaguars, they've already won a playoff game. It's amazing how people are still doubting this guy's trajectory. If I could buy stock in him, he would be Apple in 2000. I think he's special. I think he's a very special talent.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting to see these free agents where they land. The Greg Roman resignation is something that I'm curious. I think, to be honest, I've heard from T. Martin's there, a good friend of mine. A couple other guys are coaching on that staff. Greg Roman got exhausted. He was tired of dealing with the shit. He was like, yeah, man, this guy's not the guy.
Coach, if you're Lamar Jackson and you truly want to evolve, like I talked about with Whitlock yesterday, you better get yourself to a Jordan Palmer and actually rebuild the way you throw, right? Haven't you been saying that for a while? If you really want to expand your game, it's not just about systems or play calling. You actually technically and fundamentally have to be better yourself. Okay? Because if it's all just about you better pay me $50 million a year for 7 years, every dollar has to be guaranteed because the Browns did something stupid. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, if that's the demand and you're putting a gun to my head, I'd say, you know what? We're going to step back. We're going to step back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. There's no way. Like, they're either saying right now, they're either like, okay, fuck, we're not going to get another quarterback in here, or it's like, oh shit, he has to buy the balls. But like Marcellus Wiley said yesterday on his show, like, is 160, 200 million, is that losing? If that's losing, show me winning. Because I never see 200 million losing to anybody. I don't care. You're not going to get Deshaun Watson money.
Right.
It was set too high for a shitbird.
Coach, it's like your mom used to say, if your friend jumped off the bridge, would you do it? Right? People make it sound like the Ravens aren't offering him anything. They are. They're just not guaranteeing every other dollar with that style of play and the recent history. And the other thing, the thing that's really interesting to me about Lamar is I think he fits well at Baltimore. He's the most popular player in that city since Ray Lewis. He has a great track record there. They're going to cater to him. Ask Russell Wilson, was he better off in Seattle? What would he say right now? And if he was really honest, would he have been better off staying in Seattle?
Hell yeah. I was thinking that he should have stayed there. Like, I didn't see Denver, not only because of the altitude, because of just, I think the familiarity was gone and that people have to adapt to a weirdo. Seattle's already was adapted to his weirdo. You know what I mean? When you got to go to be a new weirdo.
Hey, weird was normal to them. They got used to it after a decade. Jeez.
And you know, when you got to go be a new weirdo, it's, so I don't know. Sean Salisbury and I are going to break down. We're going to break down Brock Purdy today on Last Chance Q, and it'll be up.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Hey, so I got to get that one. So, man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Right, I'll see you Sunday, brother.
I'll see you Sunday. When's that first game? 10?
No. Remember, there's only 2 games. So I think it starts around noon.
Yeah, noon.
Yeah. So, but I'll be around before then to eat you out of house and home and all that other stuff.
Yeah, coming at 11, whatever. Yeah. I'll be cooking anyway, so I'll have some. We'll be able to eat lunch this time right as the first game's on.
You can't wait. I'll see you Sunday, brother.
All right, brother. Later. Steve Kim, as always, appreciate him for joining. Man, it's we got internet, Joe Accord. We got internet. I appreciate everybody joining us on this Fearless Friday. It's been a fearless one, Joe. Please don't go back and watch it. Brandon Lang dropped some F-bombs. Not the fuck bomb either. Another bomb. We're going to have to clean up. You know, cancel culture is a real thing, especially for me. Instagram still has not given my account back. you know, they love to ban me. And you know, it is what it is. They hate me on social media. So I can't give them any more fuel to the fire, which Brandon Lang did for me today. I love Brandon. He's fearless just like I am. But goddamn Brandon. But, you know, it's been one of those shows. You don't see this show anywhere. I got to dive into this one. I got to dive into this topic right here. A lot of people don't want to talk about this one. MDC, I said I like him. You know, I like him. I like his energy, all that. But I want that to settle in right there. I want to have that settle in right there. I want you to see that caption, and I want it to set in. I don't want to bring in the race card thing, all right? Because Matt McChesney also was fucking god-awful, okay? So please, let's not talk about race. Let's talk about perception and how it is reality. We like a guy that runs around yelling, screaming, blah, blah, blah. In Miami, we like a weirdo fuck who vapes and says weird shit on the sideline and dances and is monotone and doesn't yell. We like polar opposites of things. We like the extreme asshole, like myself, highest rated show on Netflix for a couple years, or the extreme monotone, nice, scary, cancel culture guy, right? We are extreme polar opposites on what we like. We like the guy who yells and runs around, but he hasn't been to the playoffs. He hasn't really been very good. Jim Caldwell went 9-7, and they were talking how bad he was. And this guy's 9-8. We're talking about how fucking great he is. And I'm sitting there like, dog, that is real shit. We don't understand it. We can't fathom it. We don't understand how good of a job Caldwell really did on a much less talented roster. And how MDC has really fucking been average to below average. And we're anointing him as the coach of the fucking year. Now, I like MDC. It's all good. But it is what we are in society. This is who we are now. We love the rah-rah guy or we love the weirdo fuck. We don't like the guy that's consistently consistent down the middle, who doesn't ruffle feathers and who doesn't bring you likes and clicks. It's a medium gray area guy. We don't like those guys. We like the crazy asshole or the weirdo fuck. We don't like the consistent guy who wins and does things. I love when people in the Mack truck, didn't Caldwell have Stafford and Megatron? Yeah. Do you know the NFL takes 11 guys and an O-line to protect them? Stafford was there 10 years, by the way. Did you ever see him have success? I love the fucking guys that want to come out and say the dumbest shit. Didn't they have Megatron and Stafford? Yeah. Didn't they have the worst offensive line in the history of fucking football, you fucking dumb fuck? I love when the motherfuckers come out and say two guys. Like it's basketball. Didn't they have Jordan and Pippen? Yeah, there's actually football, though. It's actually played a little different. So I don't know if you knew that, Mack truck. But anyway, I love the fucks that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, who bring up two guys. Two guys they bring up. Didn't Detroit have Barry Sanders? Hey, didn't the Lions have Barry Sanders and Herman Moore? Didn't they have Herman Moore and Barry Sanders? How'd that work out? The fuck out of here, man. Shut up. Now he's saying what I say. Didn't Burrow have a great O-line? No, he didn't have a great O-line, but he has a fucking better team. Dumb fuck. A lot better team. Holy fuck. How about the Giants? How about Chicago? How's their O-line? But Justin Fields gets the pass, not Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones' offensive line's fucking horrific too. This motherfucker won a playoff game, by the way. So, I don't know. I don't know. Two guys don't really get it done. Two guys don't win in the NFL. Sorry, genius. Two guys don't win in the NFL. I'm sorry. Never seen it done. Never seen Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith win a Super Bowl by themselves. I think they needed Novacek and Irvin and Harper and the greatest O-line ever and fucking great defense. It all goes together. I've never seen two guys win Super Bowl. Ask Dan Marino, Mark Clayton, Mark Duper. How did those three fare? Did they do a good job together? Fucking unbelievable. Never could win a Super Bowl. Never could win a Super Bowl. How did Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams do? Did they ever win Super Bowls? Did they act like they won a bunch of fucking Super Bowls or something? I don't know about. Come on, man. Miss me with the shit. Miss me with the different bullshit. Nah, Alan, I was talking about what Gronk said about Aaron Rodgers, what he said on Pat McAfee. That's what I was talking about. Gronk's talking about winning Super Bowls instead of MVPs. That's all Gronk was saying. Alan, I got to ask you this one, though. Alan, did you ever lose your student ID twice as a quarterback? I don't think you did. See, this is the thing. Sneaker Man, this is why mediocrity is the new excellence. Sneaker Man in the chat just said, Mike McDaniels is coach of the year. He almost beat the Bills while on drugs. Now, I know he's joking. I know you're fucking around. But that is real mindset, Sneaker Man. That is a real mindset. People really think almost is excellence. You just quoted almost beat the Bills. Almost. Almost now is like horseshoes and hand grenades to the greats. You guys think that horseshoes and hand grenades almost hitting each other is greatness. No, it's not. It's fucking mediocre. He almost beat the Bills. So you want to give him an award. You want to give this dude a major award for almost beating somebody. I almost had two broads suck my dick last night at the same time. I almost did. But the one couldn't fit it in her mouth, and then the other one, she didn't want to touch her homegirl's mouth. So almost turned into a fucking no, a hard no is what it happened. Fuck, almost. Almost. My auntie was a fucking manly looking motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest. Almost had balls. She almost had balls. She would have been a fucking uncle. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Alan, I don't know where these guys end up, but it's going to affect Lamar Jackson. It's going to affect Aaron Rodgers. It's going to affect Tom Brady. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Lamar Jackson make a decision until after April's draft, because these guys getting drafted in the first 5 picks to a few teams that are going to either trade up or lose a pick to get an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Lamar Jackson is going to be critical. I think that those picks, whoever picks these certain guys in the draft, is going to affect where Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Lamar Jackson end up. That's my personal opinion. Because now, are you going to draft a quarterback, Houston, just to try to get an Aaron Rodgers or somebody, which we know they're not going to go rebuild at your place. But you get what I'm saying, though. We understand that they're not Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady's not going to Houston. What I'm saying is, though, are you going to draft somebody that you can trade to get some big, meaningful value, such as Lamar Jackson? Are you going to draft somebody, Chicago, so you can trade them? Like, why wouldn't Chicago draft Bryce Young, keep Justin Fields, draft Bryce Young, and then trade Bryce Young and get some big piece into Chicago? Like, why isn't that talked about at all? Why can't we draft Bryce Young? Tell Justin Fields, hey, man, we're going to keep you, but we're going to draft Bryce Young so we can trade him to try to get someone else bigger and better for our team to get better. That is something you need to start thinking about. I would draft somebody high, and so I can trade them to get instant value with experience, an instant NFL superstar with a young pick. Draft somebody young, trade them for a NFL experienced guy. Chicago, Houston, these bad teams, Carolina, they got to draft somebody in these. Indianapolis Colts, draft somebody second and go get you a better quarterback. Go get you an Aaron Rodgers. But Green Bay is not taking Will Levis, so you better draft somebody higher than that. Draft Will Anderson. Green Bay may take Will Anderson and rock with Jordan Love at quarterback. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Colts or Tennessee or the Raiders or Frisco. It all depends on the Niners this weekend. I could see the Niners losing this weekend. All right. I can see the Niners losing this weekend. And Shanahan goes after a Brady or a Rodgers. Hey, listen, Purdy, we like you. You're young. We need you to sit behind these guys and learn a minute. And then they bring in a Brady to come finish his career back at home to get them over the hump, or a Aaron Rodgers to come back home, both Northern California guys, to finish his career in Frisco. I can see either one, Rodgers or Brady. I can see both of them coming to California or to the West Coast. One in Frisco, one in Vegas, and we don't know which one is which, but I can very well see Brady with McDaniels reunion, Aaron finishing his career in Frisco, and the team he couldn't beat, can't beat him, join him. Can't beat him, join him, Aaron Rodgers. And I can easily see that happening. I can see that happening. So Trey Lance gets traded. Of course, Trey Lance is done. Are you going to play Trey Lance over Brock Purdy? You haven't even seen Trey Lance, dog. Trey Lance hasn't even fucking played a fucking meaningful game. He hasn't played football in fucking going on 4 years. Trey Lance hasn't played meaningful football in going on 4 years, and we're still holding on to him as if he's the fucking next Josh Allen. Like, this motherfucker hasn't played. What is everyone so enamored with a guy who has never played? I've never seen a guy so fucking... People ride Trey Lance's dick like he is the next coming of fucking Tom Brady. I haven't seen a guy get this hard ridden since fucking Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. You ride Trey Lance's dick like this motherfucker's got 2 MVPs and been to 2 Super Bowls. He hasn't even played FCS is the last time he played FCS football 3.5 years ago. And you motherfuckers really think, oh, Purdy's just a fill-in. Trey Lance is the starter next year. No, he's not. Shanahan's not risking this fucking injury-prone fucking dude that's unsustainable, that cannot sustain an NFL career over a Purdy who's led this team to the fucking semis? Come on, man. Get rid of that shit. Miss me with the shit. Bruce Helms, shut the fuck up. Bruce Helms, you have to call in one day. You have to call in the show, Bruce, so we know who you are. Who are you? Are you Sarah's husband? Are you Sarah? Are you many of the multitude of fucking dick riders we've had to deal with and just playing the game in the chat, paying the $1.99? Are you that guy, Bruce? Let us see your face, Bruce. Because I'm starting to be skeptical. I'm like, I might block Bruce. I think Bruce is somebody we know. Bruce won't call in. Bruce, stop talking. You ain't calling in. So I'm going to have to block Bruce. I'm going to have to block Bruce Helms. I think he's an infiltrator. I think he's infiltrating and getting the goods like the Wild Wild West. Yeah, I think he's an infiltrator. But if anybody wants to call in, any members, I'm going to drop the chat. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right here. Bam. Damn, Lucy said she'll drop $200. What apparently Sarah got in a super chat, which we've never seen. Lucy said she'll drop $200 if Bruce Helms calls in. Bruce, you ain't fucking calling in because I don't want Lucy to drop $200 in because I know your ass is fake and you ain't calling in. I've already. So the last 2 days, I had a whole Greg Roman to Alabama discussion with my boy. I think Greg Roman fits Alabama to a T. But the problem is, I think he's making a deal with Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know. Either way. Because Bill O'Brien's going back to New England, from what I hear. And Alabama's going to have to hire somebody. So Greg Roman, I just don't know if he can do the college thing. It's hard to have your coordinator not be a go-getting recruiter. See, Bill O'Brien at least has been a head college coach at Penn State. He's had to go through the recruiting process. So, there's other parts of it. So I don't know if that's something real. You know what I mean? I don't think he can go in there and handle Saban, the grind of recruiting, the grind of being there on the road, trying to get a big-time quarterback to come in there. I don't know if Greg Roman wants to do that. I think Greg Roman will stay in the NFL. So that's kind of my take on that. Sambo Smitty, I don't know who you are. You have to show your face, and you're not a member. So if you're not a member, then I'm not going to talk to you because I don't do weirdo fucks. No, then show your face, Bruce. If it's you, Bruce, then show me. I want to see who you are. What are you talking about? Sambo Smitty calls in. He doesn't have a video, and he private chats and says, it's me, Bruce Helms. No, it's not. Then show your face. Bruce is showing that he's fake, dog. We're going to have to block Bruce. Bruce is showing that he's fake. He said this is his backup account. Then show your video. Show your face. People, Bruce Helms said he did not call in. You guys are playing games. This is a joke. You guys are all bots, trolls, fake fucks. Come on, man. Bruce, you're fake. Call in then. Come on. Don't be no bitch made cat. You guys are some weirdo fuck. Brian, real shit. Why are people so fucking weird, dog? Why are we living in such a weird ass fucking generation? Hey, we had a lot of guests on today, so it was hard to get a lot of shit I had to discuss in here. So Monday's show is going to be fire. Menace Monday. Zach comes in, and hopefully we don't get banned. We're going to cut that clip out, just so you know. So please bear with us once we launch this. So we're going to see what ends up happening here. Gorgie! Yeah, Lucy over here talking $200 for Bruce to call in. Sean, Bruce ain't calling in. Come on, man. He's scared. You hear me? Sean, can you hear me?
That dude's been messing with you for months.
Huh?
You got me?
Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Gorgie, can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Sean's delayed or something. What up, Gorgie? You got Boost Mobile?
No, At home on cable internet.
Yeah, you're delayed.
Top
You
of
got
the
me now?
line, coach.
Nah, Sean, you're delayed.
I also hear feedback from Sean.
Yeah, you're delayed.
Yeah, Sean, you got some feedback. Something's on your end, Sean. Call back in, Sean.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Gorian, what up?
Nothing much, coach. Just excited for these couple of matchups, you know. I got San Francisco, but a little bit the quarterback situation scares me, but it is what it is. You know.
No doubt. No doubt.
The NFL definitely does want the Cowboys to get this chip, you know, but not me. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. I think there's gonna be some upsets though. We gotta have some upsets, man.
I hope not. I hope not. Well, Buffalo can get upset if they want to.
Yeah, we're gonna have some upsets. I don't know. I don't know if Seattle's an or Cincinnati's an upset. I think Cincinnati's gonna win.
They're missing 3 O-linemen though, coach.
Yeah, I don't know if that matters. They had no O-line last year either. You hear me? Sean, you hear us? Sean's got some Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah, no. I think he's down for the count today, coach.
Yeah, he's got that Kansas City.
Is he in KC, coach? That's why they don't like you up there.
Oh no, they got me blocked all over the place.
See,
Kansas City's got me blocked all over. Sean's got new Earthlink,
and the poor guy probably can't even watch the show properly.
I know, man. And then Earthlink probably fucked him. Hey, who you picking, man? I got. I'm gonna roll with Dallas, Cincy, Giants.
No,
Dallas, Cincy, the Giants, and I don't know if Jacksonville can win, but I think they're gonna play a hard-fought game. I'm going
all favorites except for Buffalo.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna cover.
Well, 8.5 is a shit ton of points, coach.
I know. I actually not gonna be surprised if Jacksonville wins, but I want to see is Trevor Lawrence gonna be the guy, the new guy coming on the block? It's gonna show a lot. If he comes out and pisses down his leg and throws 4 picks, then I'm gonna say, all right, he took another step back. If he comes out and throws 4 touchdowns and just giving Kansas City a shootout game, he's the next guy. I'm telling you right now.
I think he's already the next guy because of everything that he's overcome to put Jacksonville into relevancy again, coach. Like that team was absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So this guy is already generational, and I don't know if it was you. I think it was. This guy does remind me of a Peyton Manning type, but it's early. Don't get up on the hype train yet, but he has that it factor early on.
He does.
Early on. He does not give a fuck.
Yeah, he does. He does, but in the chat. Just Times, I don't know who you are. You got to let our guys know in the private chat who you are in the chat. You got to be a member. I don't know who you are. Type in who you are in the chat so we know your name, because the chat name is different than the video name. Gorian, I don't know. I got Aiden Hutchinson winning the Rookie of the Year.
They usually like to give it to offensive players, but he'd be a good pick for sure. He's the heart and soul of that Detroit team, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know if he can get it done or not, but we'll see.
Wait, is there defensive and offensive rookies?
Yeah, rookies of the year could be anybody. No, there's just one, but it's it depends on who it is. But I think it's going to be between Juice Gardner or Sauce. Sauce Gardner and what's his name?
Hutchinson.
That's what I think it'll be. So we'll see.
But there's also Garrett Wilson, coach. Was he not? He was a rookie too.
I know, but I don't know if he got. I know he's in the mix, but I don't know if he's gonna have it.
And also up there in New Orleans, Olave is another one.
Yeah. Hey, Gorian, let me take another caller and I'll hit you right back.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Just Times, what up, man? Justin, what up?
Nothing much, Coach JB.
What's happening, brother?
Nothing much. Just I came back from going back to my home country in Kenya, and I've been off for a week, and now I'm going back to work next week. So it's going good, going great.
So you saw us on Whitlock, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I've been following him for a long time. I've always enjoyed his content since I was like 14, 15 years old. So I'm 23 now. So, yeah, I've been on. A lot of people hate him, but I'm like, he talks a lot of truth. And then once I found out he was also believes in God, I believe in God too, because, that's how we are in Kenya. We believe in God. We're blessed by him. And I was like, you know what? This is awesome, man. I listen to your content. I'm like, I love football. I played high school football. I study football as much as I can. And I'm like, I enjoy your show. So I subscribe to your podcast. I have it on my phone. So I was like,
hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. I like all walks of life. I don't care. I don't judge nobody. I'm the least person to judge anybody. People don't realize, man, people should have opinions on whatever they like. I don't care. Short, fat, skinny, tall. If you like it, I like it. If you like it, I love it, bro.
Yeah, no, it's just funny because like people shit on that dude, and I'm like, Jason Whitlock's amazing. I love enjoying, I love his content. I was like, and then I hear your film breakdown. I watched the one that you watch about Dak Prescott, and the other one I took some time out of my day to watch it, and I was like, this is some great stuff. And then I was like, listen to your breakdowns. I was like, one day I want to be coaching and stuff like that. And I was like writing down some notes. I live in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. So,
it's not a big football. I used to live in New Jersey, which is big about football, but up here it's not as,
Yeah.
Not big.
Hey, man, I've had some great cats from your area, neck of the woods, Kenyans and a couple other cats. Coy Dang played for me. He's playing the NFL now. I think he's with the Falcons. He played at Cal Berkeley after he played for me. But I've had a lot of great cats from your neck of the woods. There's some freaks of nature over there. I'm going to tell you. Kenya got some athletes.
Yeah, and then also, up here in Mass, a couple guys that got committed. I think a 4-star to Georgia, who my classmate actually went to high school with. Well, my coworker went to high school with. So it's like, it's crazy. And then you got EJ Perry, who's also in the league. I don't know, who that is, but he went to. Oh, then he was my teammate in high school. He went to the pro. So like, any guys can make it here. It's not as hard as people think, but you gotta be skilled and talented. And you got to put in the work. Keep putting a lot of fucking work. I could say that. I watched him. He grinded way harder than a lot of our teammates. I'm just not gonna lie. He put in that work. He deserves to be in the pros.
No doubt. Yeah, man. There's some sneaky people. It's an under-recruited area you're in. You're in an under-recruited area. Massachusetts, Boston for football, New York for football. It's just more of a basketball geographical area.
Yeah, true. A lot of people
love football players come out of there. There is though. You get some gyms out of there, but a lot of people don't recruit it because it's just cold weather cities. Half the year you can't play football. You can't really train like you can on the West Coast, throw 7-on-7 like you can in the South and in the West Coast.
And also, yeah, exactly. Like that's the problem. Like if football training was like top tier up here, I think you would just have as much of a talent pool. Because America is filled with freaks. When I went back to Kenya, I was showing some of the recruits that were like young men of 15, 16, and they're like, "There's no way a 15-year-old should be 300 pounds committing to Georgia." And I said, "Yo, look, there's a lot of athletes out here. There's a lot of freaks of nature. You just gotta find them. It's not hard."
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I love the fact that you're a fan, man, and you like Whitlock. Hey, man, each his own. I like that you're your own individual thinker, man. We need more of you. Shit.
Yeah. Also, I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
When when you're watching film or watching, I should say when you're watching the normal day tape, because like I don't have access to all 22, and when I watch it from this thing, why do so many NFL teams don't run really like a 5-man front? Because it really fucks with a lot of teams' protections. For me, it doesn't make sense that you don't run a lot of more 5-man fronts, or if you're gonna stack the line of scrimmage, stack with 6-man, and then have like you know how the Patriots ran the Super Bowl against the Rams and they were running that front. I don't know why more teams don't run those type of fronts, because it really does cause a lot of confusion and fuck ups and also stunts. Like it feels like teams don't run enough stunts. Why do you think that doesn't happen as much as a pro level?
You can't run so 5-man fronts in the NFL. We usually call it bear front, and then you run bear against like a Lamar Jackson. You run bear against people that you want to dictate the coverage to. When you run bear front, you automatically know if an offense gets into 4 wide receivers, you're going to be short a man in the secondary. You have to go cover 0. Now you're very vulnerable versus a quarterback that knows what he's doing. You bear front a team like Lamar Jackson, who you think can't beat you with his arm. So you're not going to bear front Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to bear front Mahomes, Josh Allen, because there's too many weapons on the perimeter. You're not going to bear front Joe Burrow because he will dissect you, and we'll just full slide the O-line and we'll get the ball out versus cover 0. And good luck stopping Chase and Higgins and Burrow getting them the ball. So you got to pick and choose when you run that front. Now that's a goal line, red zone, low red zone defensive front to be in versus.
But also, can't you run it in nickel too with one? I'm not saying you have
when you get 5-man fronts like a bear front, you usually run that versus you schematically, assign that to certain formations on offense. So if an offense comes out in 2-back, double tight end, your defensive check should be bear. I'm going to check into bear versus 2-back. That was an old check we used to have. If we're getting 2-back on offense, we'll check into bear. If we get 1-back, there's no way we're running bear. So what you see, what you're asking for is because you don't see a lot of 5-man bear front because you're not seeing a lot of 2-back offenses in the NFL. You're seeing a lot of 1-back, 11, 10 personnel stuff. And it's hard to do that. And then if you want to bear front an NFL quarterback, good luck, because he's probably going to make you pay in coverage, because coverage, you're now eliminating a secondary guy to be for another D lineman. So that's why you don't see it as much. But based on, it's a chess match, right? We're trying to go back and forth on what you come out on offense is what I'm going to give you on defense, vice versa. And if you get into 2-back to get that bear front look, and then I motion and empty on you before the snap, now you're gambling on defense. Now I got to check out a bear and get into back to a 4-down lineman or a 3-down lineman. So everything changes. So it's all predicated on what you're doing on offense and what your philosophy is on defense. So there's just not a lot of bear front stuff, because for a bear front to be good, man, you got to have a Hoagie Nada or a Sam Adams or a big-time Aaron Donald at nose guard. And if you don't have that guy, you're going to get gashed in the NFL. And you have to have a dominant nose guard to run that front. And you got to have some heavy-handed kids at 3 or 4 eye techniques inside a D tackle. And if you don't have those guys, NFL, you're going to get gashed. And so that's kind of why, in a short answer, that's kind of why you don't see it a lot. But you do see it in the red zone. You do see it versus 2-back. You don't see it versus 1-back.
Didn't Vic Fangio used to run it a lot with the Bears? Because he used to have I remember he was playing against that I don't know if I know you probably remember this game. It was the Bears versus the Rams in 2018, and Vic Fangio really liked using a lot of 5-man fronts, and the Rams came out in a lot of 11 personnel. So I was thinking
so what? Fangio's a 3-4 guy, so it looks like a 5-man front, but it's really a 50. We call it a 3-man. It's a 3.
Yeah. That's what I should say. I should have said it in the proper terminology. My bad. I usually say 5-man front because it's you got 5 dudes up there. So
3. Yeah, that's why we don't classify fronts by saying 5-man and all. We classify it as what the guards are. Are the guards covered or are they uncovered? And that's kind of how we classify a front. So when in a bear front, it's true every single offensive lineman's covered. In a odd front or a 50, which is a 3-4 or odd, The guards are uncovered. And so that's kind of how we classify what a front is. So,
oh, gotcha. Because in high school, that's how I was taught. It was like,
yeah, high school Pop Warner. People say it's a 5.
Even in college, it was like
a 5'2". A 5'2" is not a real defense. Just so you
exactly. Know. I don't get how you can have a 5'2". You don't have 5 dudes with a hand in the dirt. That's impossible. It's more like 2 edges. Then you have like 3 interior dudes, and then you have 2 linebackers.
Yeah,
because I feel like. Because for me, and also what I don't also get is why don't teams care? I know we care about pass rush a lot, and I've always said that. But why the heck, when a running back comes out of the backfield, why don't these defensive linemen chip these dudes? Because these running backs are coming free out of the backfield swing routes, and they're getting freaking 10 fucking yards a fucking clip on the play. And I'm like, these defensive ends need to chip these dudes coming out of the backfield. But I don't know why coaches, because you see Belichick teach this shit, but for some reason these other teams don't teach it. And then you see these dudes getting 10 yards a clip on these freaking running backs, and it's like it fucks the defense over a lot. Because if your linebacker is coming from the backside over to the other side on a swing route, shouldn't your defensive end chip him at least so it fucking comes easier for it?
If that's built in your defense, hey, you just never know. You can't. And if your defense don't allow that, and you have to get up the field and you try to stop what you're supposed to do based on the scheme, and then you try to chip somebody, now you're putting your other guys in a vulnerable state. So
that is true.
You have to do what you got to do, and whatever your defensive coordinator is being teaching you. But the Bucs the other day looked as bad as I've ever seen an NFL defense look.
That was bad. I'll never forget, why the heck did Levante David come from the backside of the freaking field and cover the front side? That made no sense on that play. I didn't get it. I looked at it. I was like, if anything, Devin White you should switch Levante David and Devin White in those spots and let the Levante come from the strong side all the way over there so he can cover that space.
Yeah.
Because Levante, I believe, is a Hall of Fame linebacker of like a traditional linebacker, but why are you putting him in a shitty position? That doesn't help anybody. And too many of these coaches, I don't fucking get it.
I like how you think, man. I'm glad you keep watching football. I'm getting out of here right now because I got to get with Sean Salisbury. We're about to break down Brock Purdy here this morning, and
that's gonna be beautiful.
We're gonna air that show later on today on Last Chance Q right here on the same channel, man. So you can check that out later on, right before the weekend's game. So I appreciate you calling in. Stay calling in, man. I appreciate you staying a fan, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Stay blessed, and may God be with you and your family, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Later. Great young man right there, man. I like to see different people call in. That's great. Hey man, Levante David is a JUCO player, Fort Scott Community College. Hey, listen, man. Damn, it's already 9:00. I did not know that. Hey, I got so much more shit to get in. I can't wait. I will see you guys Monday. Sean and I will probably do a live watch party since I missed so much this week because of the fucking internet debacle. We'll probably do some things. Plus, I'm going to be doing some poker Sunday. We're going to be smoking some food, watching the games, and playing some poker. I'll be taking people's money once again. Man, I appreciate you guys coming back after the 2-day internet debacle. And I appreciate all you guys joining, becoming a member. If you're not one, make sure you're part of the Slap Nation Coaches Crew over on the Discord, $2.99. And head on over to CoachJBStore.com, get you some merch. And we'll be back Monday for Menace Monday. Zach Smith will join us as always. We're going to get after it on Monday and talk about this NFL weekend. That's going to be a good one. So appreciate all my guests and appreciate all the love, man. And internet's back. Hey, enjoy it as always. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.